Me too.
Okay,
I would have
so
never
you know
let my
that Alaric has that
disabled
library
device
card
be as
that you
low
already have.
as he allowed it to be.
And this is a library.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
It has everything.
Can I read
from
my information
all of
alert?
my
Oh, of course.
that card?
You have that library card.
Yes, I do.
Like
Are
that
they ready
stuff
for me
and
up
hide.
there?
Yes.
Anything
Okay.
pertaining to stealing.
I walk up to the door and I put the library card in the slot.
So it goes.
So
Are
you
you
have
sure you
a-
should have done that?
Access.
We already survived the giant basket ass.
You must be found worthy. Whoever holds the card has the power, apparently.
Whoever holds this card shall possess the power.
I don't know what you're into, but leave me out of it, okay?
That was a little bit misinformation given, it seems.
Are you drunk? Are you okay? You seem to be sweating. Are you?
So anyways, the door is opening, correct?
The door is opening,
Oh,
and all we see
God.
is rolling fog.
I think the rogue
You should
died.
send Edgar in to investigate before any human steps in
Oh,
there.
Lord.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
First off,
Yeah.
I'm not sending my bird into a potentially dangerous situation without doing a couple of things first.
Oh, we can send me to die.
My bird's been with me all my life. I just met you not that long ago.
It's okay, I'm not sending Grady
Do
either.
something.
What?
He hasn't done shit.
Can I do anything to determine the properties of the fog? Is it normal fog, magical fog?
Roll me knowledge arcana.
I'm out for a minute.
That
I
would
need
be
air.
31.
You know that this is magical fog. Not only do you know this is magical fog, this is solid fog. Solid acid fog.
That was in my dice too.
Yeah, it's a little older.
You know that acid fog is this solid mass of misty vapors, similar to the solid fog spell, but in additionally it slows creatures in obscuring the sight. It also the spell vapors are highly acidic, and each round that you're in there, you take 2d6 points of acid damage to each creature and object.
Oh.
You also know that there's a few ways you can dispel this.
I was about to ask that.
Since you rolled so high,
I know things.
you
That's
can't.
what
go,
I do. I drink and I know
You
things.
can only go through at 5. Only progress at 5
Yeah.
feet.
So it's basically rough terrain.
You can't
style.
take a 5. Like it's basically because it's solid fog.
Mhm.
You can't go through it
Right.
because if you try to go through it, each 10 feet you're gonna take damage.
Right.
So the only way that you can get rid of it is either because it's a permanent spell, is you can have a fog, like a wind dispel it.
Okay.
Something.
Since it's a fog, would endure elements help with any of that?
Endure elements is to fight against like the actual elements, not
I
just as a
tried.
magical.
Yeah, it wouldn't really work against
It was a good idea.
I could still give you bark skin.
If you have like
Control weather spell would be awesome.
not weather, but if you had like a wind,
I
something
can
to
call
make
lightning.
wind,
I don't think that'll work.
No.
I mean, it might burn the acid vapors.
you could also
Yes, then we'd have to walk through a conflagration.
What does purify food or drink do?
that means
Purifies
if
food or drink from poisons.
you got moldy food,
Would acid be considered a poison?
No,
acid
because
is
it's not food.
Acid is not food. Acid is not food, but it's a what you call it? It's magical fog.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Wait,
First question. What?
if we have the guard turn his back, we still have 2 thunderstones.
That's true.
I think he's a little out of his jurisdiction here, so.
I
yeah.
think
Looking around at the moment, he's kind of like,
2 questions. Well, 1 question right now.
Sure.
What do I see across the courtyard that the fog's inhabiting?
You know that you can't see above it.
Can't see above it. Okay, so it's high fog.
It's high fog. Like you just look up The walls are, you know that the walls are roughly 30 to about 50 feet high, you're thinking, but like when you're at the fog wall, you don't know how deep it is.
Okay.
And you also are assuming that at the end of this is like, if you go across it, you see like there's ground underneath. So you're also not entirely sure if when you step into the fog, you're actually going to step on solid ground.
Okay.
That's why I said send Edgar above the fog to look.
Well, I'm getting my bearings here, and I'm
Just
looking
don't
up.
wanna risk the Raven.
No, I don't want to risk the
The
Raven.
Raven.
I can bring him back to life.
I'm aware, but 1 second.
Mages are awfully particular about their familiars.
I can summon nature's ally. Could I summon something?
Hold on.
You can summon an animal and send him in.
Haha.
I just don't want to summon Tibbers. I
That
want to summon
sounded
something
good.
else.
Well, it told me what I wanted to
Hey, now
know.
my grandparents were from the Feywild. Fey lives matter too, guys.
Fey lives matter.
Lives do matter.
Oh, did you?
Yes. Yes.
What they do, try to kill you?
Well, I have a 50-foot rope.
I have an unseen servant.
Hey, more of this than I thought I had.
I also have low light vision.
Get cool.
How about this?
Okay,
How about
real
this bottle?
quick.
I'm coming.
Yes, ma'am.
Pretty good stuff.
Does anybody else want food?
Yes.
I'm kind of hungry.
I haven't eaten today.
It's like
Okay, because I can order food real quick. We can
It's
just
the
get it
same
delivered through
volume as
DoorDash
earlier.
here.
That's
I
fine.
think.
A lot smoother, dude. Yeah, go ahead and get
Oh,
yourself.
is that so? Is happening to the
It's
train?
I figured.
And it's made more.
Something first.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, it's this
I'm
little
just.
more.
It is an option now.
Right.
Yeah, it's really good shit.
Okay.
I like it better than Crown.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to
This is my second bottle I've bought.
cast Unseen Servant, and I am going to send him into the fog.
Okay, what are
I
you
said,
telling
you
me?
know,
NC Series?
Yeah, thanks, sir.
See, make sure there's solid ground, and
Well,
Well, you can make it do like a certain task. So, like, it can do mundane things. So, do you just want it to walk through and see
Yeah.
if it
Oh, do
falls
we-
to the
Yeah.
floor?
basically,
Do we
yes.
just want to order a bunch of pizza or?
So,
Let them
Unseen
finish
Servant
this real
disappears into the fog.
I still say we got those 2 thunderstones.
We have
mean,
a couple of options.
I don't know how the thunderstones are going to, like, will they dissipate the fog, or?
I think so.
Well, but it should be at a create wind when the thunder happens, I would assume, which should at least temporarily clear out some of the fog.
Should.
I would think.
Well, I'm mainly wanting to know if there's solid ground too, because I also have Dispel. She's got
Yeah.
Wind Walk. So we've got options.
Yeah.
Depending on what we're going up against
Right.
and how we got to go in.
So, the Unseen Servant walks in,
Yeah, it's a special.
and then do you want him to walk back out to you?
I want him to walk as far as the range of the spell will go and then come back to me, yes.
Okay, so you tell him to walk to the edge of the fog and come back.
Yes.
Okay, so he walks, disappears into the fog. A couple minutes come by, and he comes back same way.
Okay. So from that we know there is solid ground.
There is solid ground. Now keep in mind that your Unseen Servant's not very heavy.
No.
So it's not going to trigger any.
No, it will trigger traps.
It will trigger traps, but if there's a trap that's mechanical that requires
A
certain
certain
way.
way.
then,
Yeah.
then that's not going to trigger it. But
Or
if
if
there
you
was any
just-
arcane trap,
So like a pitfall trap. It
Or
would.
if you just walked out there on thin ice.
right? Like you don't know. You can infer that there is some sort of solid ground. You can infer that there's no arcane. Like you didn't hear anything.
I'm sorry.
Apparently aliens are coming to abduct my
What the
unseen
hell was
servant.
that?
Everybody at my work that's higher up has personalized ringtones, so I know it's them before I even pick up my phone.
So
Don't
basically-
answer 'em.
Don't answer 'em. Same with my phone. My mother's is. I love my mother. So you can infer that that there is no, that at least wise there's no arcane traps that would be triggered by your unseen servant.
And any
Just by
mechanical
going-
traps have to be triggered by something
Some kind of
heavier.
Right. So if there's a pitfall trap, then you know it's not arcane. It's not at least by magical that you know of, and it had to have been. If it was triggered, it would be triggered by weight.
Okay.
How heavy is your unseen servant? That's
He's not heavy at
He's
all.
not heavy at all.
He's like a ghost,
Yeah, he's ethereal.
Basically.
basically. Yeah.
so I might still trigger some.
We all might trigger something, but at least we know there is something to walk on.
Right.
Although I do have
We get
stone
them on
cutting.
delivery.
I mean, remember we do have a dwarf.
I mean, if you want to try to cut through the wall,
Well, no, I mean I can, as we go along, I can potentially detect something amiss in the stonework, assuming it's made of
If I
stone.
cast
The walls
daylight,
are
would I
stone.
get rid of the fog?
Walls are stone. We have a rogue that if she searches for traps.
Yeah, I mean,
However, we still gotta either get rid of the fog or bypass it in some way.
If I cast daylight, would I get rid of the fog?
No.
No.
Damn the luck.
I mean, I have a plus
No.
3 to trap sense, which just
Will
basically
my
means I'll
dispel
get a plus 3
get
to
rid of it
Come
since
on.
it's
reflex
permanent?
against traps, but she probably will still beat me
your
on
dispel may.
reflex saves against traps.
If it rolls high enough,
If it rolls
might.
high enough, it might, but it's not going to dispel it to where it won't.
It won't
come
dispel
back.
all of
plus
it.
13.
It may dispel like the
Yeah.
acidic effect,
Okay.
I get
but
like
it's
a
not
plus
going
8
to
if it's
dispel
against
the
a trap.
the solid fog.
What's your
specifically.
spell again?
Mine might be
Windwalk.
different if there's a trap.
Yeah,
I don't
level
know.
6,
I'd have
Right?
to
Do you know
dive.
what kind of magic it is?
It is arcane magic,
I don't know.
Okay.
If it's
It's not
something
divine.
also or not. I don't remember.
but
What do we want to know?
Windwalk actually
I
might.
got my book over here. I'll look it up real quick.
That's what I'm looking for the effects.
Adds to my
strong with-
reflex when it
Okay,
comes to
wind
trap.
walk.
Well, I have
You-
spider climb.
I
Is
think
there
I got
anything to
something
climb on?
The wall.
The
It
walls.
Walls,
The walls
possibly
are
a
all-
ceiling.
Well, you have uncanny
I
dodge.
mean,
how high the
I
ceiling is, we
wouldn't
don't know
trigger
yet.
any
Okay.
traps at that point.
Well, he was
Not
trying to.
unless
you
they're
have
built
trap
up high.
sense, which is
I
a plus
don't
3
think
reflex.
they would
Okay.
be.
We
You
know
know,
I wouldn't
how-
think so, but they're fates. They've been giving us grief this whole
Yeah.
I
time.
would
Traps
remember if
be
Rogue's
on the
got
floor
that as well.
only,
So
or
you get
would
another
they
can
come
extra
on
plus
the walls or
3
ceilings?
if it's against
You
traps for your
would be
reflex
13
also.
knowing that, but
16
you do know that
plus
based on
whatever
the
I
style of the
roll.
wall,
Yeah.
Well,
you do know that
you'll
you
still
can
beat
climb
my
up there with
reflex
spider climb, no
saves.
problem.
Against
Okay,
traps.
so here's
trap sense is
wind walk.
plus, yeah, plus
I
3
could climb the
reflex
wall with
save
no
and
problem.
AC against traps.
True, but hold
Yeah.
on, because here's what wind walk does. You alter the substance of your body to a cloud-like vapor as the gaseous form spell, and move through the air, possibly at great speed. You can take other creatures with you, each of which acts independently. Normally, a wind walker flies at a speed of 10 feet with perfect maneuverability. If desired by the subject, a magical wind wafts a wind walker along at up to 600 feet per round.
That would disperse.
That would disperse the fog.
That would
So
disperse
if I take a
long
light
enough for you to
shape,
get
I
through
can
it.
shape into.
Then that's our best bet.
Is what the
So I'm a walker. I can fly through it.
Components.
Shape myself into
So,
something that
but
can
you
fly
can
through it.
do.
Have
Just your
bark
divine
skin and
focus,
fly
yeah.
through.
So you can do you
Possibly.
and one touch creature per 3 levels. So you were level 11.
So 3 people.
Well, I could wild
How many
shape
times
into
do
something
you-
that could fly through it and cast bark skin on myself
Yeah,
for
I have
protection.
You can fly, huh?
You could either. So you have a couple options. You can go through it. You can do windfall. If you want to try to climb over the wall, I'll even let you try to do that because I have everything prepared for this. So you cannot surprise me.
Can
Here's the
I fly
thing with-
through it?
Here's the thing with wind walk too. If she does the wind, the 600 feet per round, the wind will disperse the fog. Whoever she can't take
We
can
can follow
just
the
fly
right
or
behind.
run behind. Yeah.
It would basically be a clear shot for anybody who's not wind. Just get the quickest ones that can book it behind, and because I'm not going to move fast anyway.
Well, at
Just-
600 feet per round, yeah.
Well,
Can I
in-
hide
in
from it?
my-
No.
You can't hide from fog.
It's fog.
Fog knows. Fog sees all.
I don't even need a roll for that.
Well, yes, you did. But I'm just saying.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
You might roll a nat 1, and then fog
Well,
will really
so
know where you're
29?
at.
Here's my
A
thing.
nat 1 is a crit failure no matter
Yeah.
what.
I know.
But
Which is
It's
sad,
sad.
seeing as
I
it would
mean-
be a 29.
What if I take the shape of a tree?
You're gonna do better with
And then I can hide behind the tree.
Spider climb or turn yourself
Shape and
into.
fly.
I'm working on
Yeah,
something.
that would be your best bet.
Cast
What's
bark skin on
the-
myself.
You don't have to cast
Honestly,
Bark Skin on yourself. You could just
Windwalk
do
is our
Windwalk
best
as your
bet.
Yeah.
So I would just say-
wild shape.
That's
At first, you can
gonna
change yourself to
be
small or medium, and then
You cast
wind walk on the
changes
3 slowest
to
people.
large
Or
and then
6.
tiny at 11. So
cast it on
basically,
whoever. It doesn't matter. Just to do
changes.
Well, I'm
the
just-
option where they
Range
move
you
at
can change it.
600
I don't think
feet
I've
or
ever lied
around.
about
That
how
way
many
the wind
margaritas
goes.
I've had.
Yeah.
before
And then
my
we all
life
just
until just
book
now
book it
to avoid going to work.
enough to where we don't
Then
run
why don't you go
into
to
the
work?
acid, but we
Fuck
book
'em.
where it's clear.
I was like, I'm 7 margaritas
Okay, that-
man.
That's our action. That's our plan of attack. She's gonna cast Wind Walk.
Okay, so cast Windwalk. Who's going with Larita?
Pick 3 random people.
Like 3 people.
I take the rogue so she's safe.
I'm gonna take the rogue.
I've got spider climb. You don't need to take me.
Okay.
What's your move speed though?
I don't know.
You're the fastest out of all of us with your
Yeah.
50
monkness.
foot times 4.
I figured I'd take you
Where's
since
my
you kind of got the.
God, you
I'm
said
gonna-
that like
I'm
you
gonna-
were talking about
I'm
dick
gonna-
sizes or something. It's like 50 feet times 4.
Right?
No, the
No,
biggest
that's
dicks
fine.
are 25 feet.
That's fine.
Yeah. Mine's.
In
I have a
In
40
D&D,
feet.
yes.
D&D,
I didn't know what he was going for there, but he got all excited
we
for
got,
me.
You're not-
we got into this.
you're not that much faster than me.
Halflings can
Mine's
only
40
take 3
feet.
inches, and I said no.
Yeah. I'm a little bit faster.
Book of Unlawful Carnal Knowledge.
I also brought the blue book.
We had a whole
I've got
lot
the
of
blue
we had a
book.
co- so
Do you
there's
have the
there's
complete
in
warrior
D&D,
on
there's
there?
this book
I
No,
do.
I didn't
about
load it.
sex.
You do?
Yes.
And
Okay.
how-
For D&D?
Yes.
I need
And
to
how
look.
big
Been trying. I
penises
need to look
are,
back up how
and
intimidating
how
rage
No,
works.
death-
I've heard that. I don't know what it's called, but I've heard
and
it.
how much
Designating
depth
a single
someone
target
can
when I
fall,
rage, and then
there's
they
feet.
looked. I need
So
to
we're
double
talking
check
about,
on
like, the
intimidating
stuffing
rage
feet.
works at some point.
So is this the
Okay.
stuff
I
we
think I
low-key
just-
have to
a
do
single
since we're
target and
married
I
in that
make
other
a
campaign?
intimidate
Like, do
check.
we
Yes,
have to
technically
read that
speaking.
book technically?
I'll load it
Yes,
up,
we
and
could
that way
make
when you're
Constitution
ready.
saving.
Yeah,
However,
I think that's
the
how it
funny
works. I'm
part
trying to
about
work it on my
that
phone, but
is that we were talking
I'm
about
over
because
my-
she was pissed off about not having more than 3
running
inches,
slow.
and then we talked about the stuffing
Right.
feet, and then I died laughing because I was like, so that because so
Okay,
so
I was
can we-
wrong.
So then
20
You
feet.
know, she's
So
gonna
then
moonwalk
can
and
we
take
talk-
3 people
so-
with her.
so
and
I'm gonna
she
call the
leaves
Claire
spot
Doctor
behind her.
stuffing
I can
now.
transform into an animal.
But
Yeah, I'm
Phalluses and vaginas range from at smallest, at lesser fine, 0.24 inches, and go all the way up to greater Titanic at 20 feet.
A vagina can get that big?
Yes.
yes, a vagina can take
Although
that
there
much.
is no creature in the standard monsters handbook
That's
that
literally like
reaches
throwing a
that
hot dog
size.
down a hallway.
The Titanic could have survived. Had them numbers, but
No, the Titanic
the
got
fun-
fucked.
the
They didn't
funny
have
thing-
the right feet, so they just got fucked.
The funny thing about that
The
book, though,
ocean was
the
too
first time I
I
heard
still
about it,
maintain they
I
both could have
instantly
fit on that
thought of the
fucking
song.
door.
big. They
Bragging.
both could have because
Oh yeah.
Roach was a
Mythbusters
bitch.
did it, actually. They
The
did
physics
it.
alone
She was
just
a
bottle
bitch.
line.
Anyway,
Alright,
real
complete
quick.
warriors loaded up
What
whenever you
do
need to
y'all
check
want
that.
for dinner?
Okay.
Real fast. So I can order it before most of these places stop delivery.
I could totally do nugs.
I don't care what we get.
Yeah, I'm not
For
sure. I
something
got some
edible, I
cash I
guess.
can throw
Do we
away.
have a backup plan if the DoorDash doesn't work though? Since it didn't work the other night,
Yeah,
we
we
had
just
that debacle.
Otherwise, we just do pizza.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, if
Wherever's
DoorDash,
fine, just let me know.
Sam,
I
I'm
got
good with
cash.
pizza.
I got cash.
I got cash.
Yeah.
Because we can do
Well,
like 40
because-
nuggets, 4 medium fries, 4 drinks for like less than $20.
Well, we don't really need drinks per se, but we can do the nuggies.
Yeah, I know, but
Well,
the
I
drinks
just
are
order a
part of the
bunch
deal.
of 20 pieces and a bunch of fries.
Or that
That'll
too.
work too.
Yeah.
So,
So like
Let me see.
20 pieces.
so you're gonna cast your wind walk,
Okay.
Yep.
and you're taking
that-
the rogue.
Is that gonna be
We're gonna
enough?
take shot. What?
And
My
And
question
you're
is, is
taking
that gonna be
yourself
enough?
or
Well,
somebody else.
I'll take myself.
Okay,
Wait.
there's our 3.
So you're gonna take all them.
Perks of knowing everybody
Who all is
who
she
looks like
going?
McDonald's.
Taking with her?
Herself, the rogue, and me.
Okay.
Because the monk can move really fast for a short guy.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna
She
do
can
Ludo
fly.
on this.
And
I-
you're big enough that you've got the.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
got-
and the guard
like
have
40
stamina.
You might
can
have to
always
carry.
And I got
Sweat
Barry
it
with
a little
me.
bit.
I can always jump on Barry and have him run.
The
Yeah,
guard's
exactly.
wondering, do I get
Don't
fucking
feel
hazard pay for this?
No, the
Okay,
wind
do you
walk
guys
all
want
part
medium
of
or
it.
large fries?
Yeah, you just.
I was
follow
talking about him being
Mediums?
Oh, no. Him being on the bear didn't kill it the first time until he started choking it out.
I was trying to
The
think
third
why.
page, actually, Amanda, if you want to just take the
Oh.
page that has
He
most
stood up and was
specials
me
on
against the
it.
Maybe
wall.
I should
was
put bark skin on bear.
That might be a good idea.
It's also
I
on
was
site.
trying to hang on to, getting him to calm down and turning to show him out. And choking to death.
Just do divine
I could have
focus.
listened
It's
through
an
the
automatic
fog, make sure there's
success.
nothing
Those-
back there gonna come at
Alright,
us.
cool.
I have
So
listened.
those who are not going with the cleric, those who are not going with the cleric, I need you all to make me a fort save, please and thank you.
Fortitude save.
The duration is also 1 hour per
Freaking
level.
save.
So I'm gonna die.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4, my fortitude
But
is
are you
7.
Well,
climbing?
Oh
That's a
yeah.
nine,
You're
right?
climbing?
Well, I was
I thought
gonna
you were
fly,
flying.
but I think climbing might be safer.
Okay, fine. You're gonna climb. I'm gonna do something different with you.
That's a nine.
Yay!
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. So 17.
Okay. What did you get?
Oh,
Fortitude.
roll
Your
42.
Fortitude save,
Do
please.
I need to roll this
No,
too?
you're
Oh
No,
god,
you're-
natural 1.
Oh!
I'm gonna call Porn Stash real quick because I ain't gonna do that to
Go
the
call
McDonald's
Porn
over
Stash.
here without
Porn
calling it ahead.
That's what I was.
That's what I heard.
The guy's name is David, but he has a fucking porn stash.
Okay, so I
Okay.
wasn't mishearing things.
Yes.
This night is just catered for us later,
So here's what's
apparently.
happening. You're going through the fog.
Just
You're going through the fog, and it sort of like as the cleric's going, there's like a draft, and you get a. So
I should've
then
took the
you
squishy.
fall. You're still in the solid
I should've
fog.
guessed bark skin
but
on
you don't know how far you're still in the solid fog.
oh god.
Do I hear him drop?
Roll me a listen check.
Hey, are you at work?
14.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
yeah.
You hear somebody trip, and you hear clank of metal. What did you get, Jim?
For my 42
Wow.
saves, I got like a 15 total.
Okay.
I'll go.
Roll me a
Listen.
listen check.
Listen.
Okay. Well, the only reason why I didn't know is because
I didn't think about it. I should have took squishy.
I'm still conscious, right? Just prone.
You're just
prone.
prone.
Okay.
You're just prone.
I'm just trying to crawl on all fours like, why the fuck are we doing this?
Where's the wind?
I don't get paid enough for this bullshit!
You're going to take 10 points
35.
of acid damage.
Oh shit.
And what weapons are you wielding?
I have a scimitar, which is magical.
Okay.
I got a
Do you have any
composite.
non-magical weapons?
I got a longbow. That's
Okay, I want you to roll a fortitude save for your longbow.
Tell me like you want a vacation and a pay raise.
17.
Okay, so your longbow, you hear twang,
Oh shit.
and the string breaks. But the bow you think is still solid, but you hear it as it goes down.
Oh god.
So the sinew, the bowstring broke.
It's given to me by my father. I kind of start trying to scramble to get up, and
Okay.
I'm just kind of.
How long does your spell last?
1 hour per level.
Okay, you still see.
No, it's
so
420
even though you're
pieces.
down, you're not like you're in the fog,
And then 8 medium
but you can
fries.
still see the end of where
Okay.
everybody
Yeah.
else is.
I just.
Alrighty. I just
So-
wanted to give you a heads up.
Go
Yep,
ahead and
no
stand
problem.
up.
Bye.
Yeah, get up, and I just kind
Roll
of.
me another fortitude save.
Okay.
Please, no, no.
Now I'm gonna order the food now that McDonald's
Uh,
knows I'm getting ready to order it.
16.
Okay, so you're able to
Yeah, porn
get your
stash is
bearings.
there.
You're not gonna puke, and you're gonna go out of the fog. You, my love,
This is why Malik
Uh-oh.
doesn't like
roll me a
us.
reflex save.
I'm on frazzled.
Rolled a
This
35 on my
reminds you
listen.
of the time in
Okay,
guard
so you
training
got
camp when they
7.
When
Yes,
you looked
you.
back and saw him,
You're not kidding.
but you also heard like knots,
Nice.
like
7
slithering,
plus
like
13.
vines, as you're going through.
Watch, she's gonna make
The
me
door.
fall off the
Cthulhu
wall. She's
Cthulhu?
doing spider
No.
climb.
Better
So
not.
you're climbing up the wall. What did you roll?
20 total.
Okay, so as you're climbing, you're looking at these vines, and you're like, "Oh no!" And so I want you to you look as one tries to wrap around your ankle and sort of suck you in. Roll me a knowledge nature check, please.
I'm not in the mood. I have a headache.
14 plus, what would I add it to?
Your nature on the side.
Right here.
Alright, I'm 16. 14 plus 16.
Okay, you
Does that look like a 30?
Yeah.
yes, you instantly know what this is. This is a plant creature. This is a enchanted vine.
Now I'm
So,
thinking
you know,
devil's
it's-
snare from
it's-
Harry
it's
Potter.
Ashley, just tell it you're not in the mood, that you have a headache. It's that time of month.
So basically, you know that you don't have you woken this thing up, and what it does is it likes to engulf you in digestion.
Hey, I have survival. What's
So
that do?
you're not helping you here. So I need you to roll me a climb.
You don't want to know.
No, you're on spider climb, so you should be fine. Roll me another reflex save. You're trying to dodge this thing.
Hold on. Let me.
Something tells me
Is that a
she's-
6 or a 9?
That's a 6.
Okay.
The line on the bottom.
She's trying to kill us this time.
She
Plus
is.
7, so 13.
Okay,
That's okay.
so it wraps around your arm, and it's got you. I want you to roll me a base attack. Are you gonna roll me a grapple check, please?
Do any of us notice what's
Not
going
at
on?
all.
Okay.
I heard vines.
Can I get Grady to chew through it?
Grady is on your back.
My grapple check was
Yeah, let's just get you
19
the points, 'cause that's
plus
probably gonna be cheaper.
8.
Okay, you managed to pull loose because I rolled less than you. So you're go roll me another reflex save. You have about 20 more feet to go.
Good God.
What's your movement?
I got a 6.
Her movement
Plus-
should be 30.
7. Yeah.
Okay.
So another 13 on reflex
Okay,
save.
it's got you by the waist now. Roll me another opposed grapple check.
It likes you.
17 plus
8.
Yeah.
8.
Okay, so you're managed to like wiggle out of it because it doesn't have a good grip on you, and you're able to climb up, and then you're on top of the wall now.
Okay.
And you're looking down. The fog is still there, but you're at the next to the fog. You notice the fog is like a long cube tunnel, but you don't. You as the cleric is going over and making the fog like dissipate in the center, you can see where your guard friend has fallen. As you climb to the top,
I will
so you
save
see that.
you.
You notice that he's gotten up and he's moving. Pretty much almost everybody is there. But as you look down at the bottom, all over the wall,
Cookies, please.
you notice that it's about a 50-foot drop.
Thank you.
But also that there's still more vines down there.
Some of those we have.
Could
So
I
you still have
throw
to-
my 50-foot rope down to let him come up with me?
Thank
You still have spider climb, so you can still technically climb down. Or you could also like climb part way and then jump. But you're 50 foot up in the air. I mean, the problem is the tangle vines are going to grab that rope and eat it.
Oh God! My mother's elven skin.
So as you're on top of the wall,
Welcome
you're
to our
coming out
world.
of the fog. Everybody else is
By all means,
you're
we
on
should
the
have did that
descent.
10 times over.
You all are on the descent down. You're at the end of the fog. And
Thank the gods.
roll me a spot check.
Everybody?
Everybody that's not the people up in the air.
Oh, so not you, not her, not me.
I'm in the air, so.
Mm.
You're on top of the wall, so not you, but you.
Mm.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What am I rolling?
Yes.
Roll me a spot
I
check.
need a favor.
I rolled a 15.
Have you prayed today?
Apparently not hard fucking enough.
Well, then you are screwed.
Real men wear pink, Phil, remember? Pink don't like you, though.
Not 1 on the spot check.
You don't see shit.
35.
35. Okay.
He can't run through fog, but he can see where he's going.
What did you roll?
Right?
15.
Okay. You don't see this, but you see it clearly, and you're kind of confused. But you're looking at 3 chests in front of this open foyer. And it's like an archway that goes deeper into the building, like out of the garden. But you see 3 chests in front of it.
That's,
But you can't see beyond the chests. It's completely pitch black, but you can see 3 chests in front of this opening.
Are they bare or closed?
They are They
Are they, what cup size are we talking?
double D's, baby.
Too big.
Fair enough.
We go big or go home. So there are basically 3 chests.
Manageable.
A little bit more a handful.
Well, I was gonna say it's not very
So
there's 3 breasts. I mean, in the foyer.
Or rubbing off.
big. Something tells me somebody wants a
Comments about my
vacation
Swiss language.
with
I apologize.
So as you're seeing this, you are on top of the wall. Are you going to try to climb down and face more vines?
I'm
And
going to walk along the wall.
you're gonna walk along the wall. Okay. Where, like, which way? Like towards the
Towards everybody else.
But okay, yes, so you're walking. You're on top of this wall. You haven't climbed down yet. So if you try to walk forward, you're gonna fall. You have to climb down
Or shapeshift and fly.
or shapeshift and fly.
I'm going to shapeshift and fly.
What are you gonna turn into?
A bird.
Okay.
What kind of
What kind of bird?
The flying kind. Dang it.
Fine. So you shapeshift into a bird and you
Are you going to
fly
transform
off.
into a swallow?
Where are you landing?
African or European?
So you
At
see,
this
as you
point, I'm
as you come
thinking
into a
of
bird, you see
Critical
Edgar
Role
go
when
up to
the
meet
one
you,
turn into a
and then he sort
fish
of
while
guides
falling.
you down.
Just flying against the
And
rocks.
then you, and as this is
They
happening,
jumped off a cliff
you
over
three
water.
are now
and
down at the
oh,
ground
turned into a fish, and
behind
then
the
they
guard.
splattered against rocks.
and the fog sort of closes back
It
in,
happens
and it is
sometimes.
solid again.
Yeah.
Well,
made it.
that was interesting.
That was
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh, we're only just getting started.
Oh god.
What the hell happened to you?
I
Oh, that's
tripped. There
right.
was a
you
rock
fell.
in the way. I didn't
Am
see
I
it.
with everybody now?
You were with
Flying?
everybody, but you were still in bird form until you decide not to be in bird form.
By the way, I got a 25.
You and Edgar can hang out for a
if
while.
anybody cares.
Just
Maybe
go
you can go
right
build
on
a
his
nest
other
there.
shoulder.
Yeah, and roll. She's telling me to
Spot
roll.
check?
I'm
No.
going to stay in the
Where's
bird
the
form and sit on
Now-
the shoulder
Everybody
of
got
Vader.
there.
So now
I'm really
we're
glad she didn't
back-
turn into a
Oh,
gerbil.
okay.
You were vaporous.
Sorry, I've been like picking sauces
Guys.
when you're not paying attention.
So as you land, you now all see these three chests in the middle of this archway, this foyer, as it goes in, but you can't see beyond it. It is pitch black behind it.
So I'm guessing it's magical darkness if I can't see.
That's about that.
Yeah.
You can't
Beyond
see.
it.
Guys,
I have low
I don't
light
have dark
Does that
vision.
help with anything?
Don't feel
Not
bad.
in this
I can't
case,
see
this is
anything
magical
either.
darkness.
It's magical darkness.
thank the heavens. Welcome to my world,
Do we know
bitch.
it's in the... Are we gonna open the chests?
Do you want to touch the chest?
I would
No.
like to have the rogue scout for traps.
Marco!
I think first, yeah, we should examine the
Let's make
chest.
sure there's no
You should
traps.
probably ask permission first too before you touch.
Probably.
So, are you going to try to touch the chest?
Search for traps.
They should
Search
be
for
examined
traps.
first.
Here, you finish that then.
What am I finishing?
The chest should get a breast
order.
exam.
Sauce.
I
Mammogram.
already finished.
Wow.
Mine. Just need to make sure it has the guild's address.
Is it the bad kind where they just... Or what?
I don't know. I've never had one.
I give myself one every once in a while.
So as you go up to it and you look at the first chest, make a grapple check.
It's a mimic.
Oh no.
Who's going up to the first chest? And
The road.
the road?
We're sacrificing her again.
I don't have grapple.
All you know.
Oh,
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Where's it? Oh, I see it now.
Fire-based
Never
attack.
mind. Leave me alone. God. Come on.
Apparently being a vapor has side effects that I didn't know about.
No vaping. Straight up cigs.
13. Yeah, I don't vape. That shit's for the devil.
13,
Well, then how did I just turn you into a vapor?
19.
19.
That was
Okay.
bad.
I had to math.
Yeah.
Mathing is hard, man.
Okay. So the chest sort of looks like it grins at you and then grabs your hand.
Motherfucker, you better step up.
Do we hear her scream?
Well, you're watching this.
I thought we were in
I
magical
don't
darkness.
know.
No,
Behind.
Oh,
It's
this is
behind
oh,
the
okay.
chest.
Can I stab it?
Okay.
It just swallowed your arm. What the?
Can I
It's fine, it
entangle
grows
what's
back.
grabbing her?
Oh.
Well,
It really doesn't.
Roll me. I need knowledge arcana from everybody who has it.
That's what I have
Not
that.
Oh, hey, decent roll
we-
finally.
Should we be
Uh,
making?
19.
I have knowledge nature.
Hold
so-
on.
Should we be
Yeah,
making?
28.
Just to even see if we can tell what's going on at this point.
See if you can tell. Yeah, everybody do a spot check before you do a knowledge arcana for that person.
I
Yeah,
got
just so
a
we know what- see if we can
9.
tell
Yeah,
what's
let's
going
do
on.
that. My bad. I was so very
Is
much.
my spot an 8?
18 on my spot, 28
Yes.
on my knowledge.
We're gonna
19
roll
plus
28 on your
8
knowledge
is
check.
Yeah, and that's the
27.
other
Okay, Okay, what did everybody else get?
I
a
got a
spot?
27.
Okay.
Oh, I need a spot check now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I made a 19.
Okay.
26.
Interference with
32.
TV and
32.
Cable.
Well, you.
I
you
don't have knowledge arcana, so do not listen
I'm
to
not
me.
asking you.
not much better, but it's not a.
All you notice, the people who got more than 15, you
Yeah.
notice that the
rogue.
that the rogue's
Ow.
arm is everything happens to the cleric. Okay, I'm so sorry. So the rogue's arm is like in this chest, and it looks like it's like tugging and trying to like pull her in.
I'm not very keen on magic, but I don't think that's supposed to happen.
I'm just
Can I
gonna
ready
look
my
over at her
promise?
wish and go, okay, it looks like I got more furniture to go destroy.
And Alaric, you get this.
Okay. We're gonna have to talk business later,
I'm
sir.
pretty sure.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
All right, so Phil, it is your turn.
My turn.
So
Okay.
you go first. So you see
Sounds
this
like a
mimic that has
typical
got
night
a
in
hold of
GTA.
the rogue's arm.
Sounds like a
She's
typical night in
securely
GTA. Picking up a hooker.
Right.
Mimics a
Because I'm
large
having emotional
creature,
issues because
Yes.
my arm is inside of that
but
thing.
technically grappled, so
I
I would
understand.
not provoke an attack of opportunity? Or would I still
And
provoke?
shit getting ready to
What are
get
you trying
real.
to do? Hit it?
Well, yeah, because I'd have to get in melee range to do anything.
Can I try
What are you
talking
trying
to
to do?
it before anyone tries attacking it?
You didn't roll high enough in your initiative, so
Vandala.
What are you trying to do?
she
Move
wants to
up
try
to
to
attack.
reason with it.
Oh, I'm at Phil
Before-
over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna move
Spit it
up to
out.
attack, but since it's in a grapple, would I still provoke the attack of opportunity?
Don't you have tumble?
You can tumble up to it. It's going
Dumbass.
to.
Uh,
It does have lightning reflexes, so
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try to, I'll move up and try to tumble inside its defenses to ignore an attack of opportunity. I'm gonna go ahead and move up to here,
okay.
and then I'll try to attack.
Okay, try to hit it,
Do I need to roll tumble first to...
please.
Well, I wasn't allowed to reason with it, so you guys don't know that I'm gonna transfer into a tree and
12.
watch.
You miss. You
Yeah.
go to hit it, and
Well,
it
no,
just.
that was my tumble.
That was your tumble. So it looks at you. It's gonna it's gonna let go of the rogue, and it's gonna start attacking you. And it has.
What do you
it's
think, the
going
rogue?
To slam into you. Does a 25 hit you?
Ouch, yep.
All right, you're going to take.
I'm gonna spell. Where are you? There you are.
It sort of nips you, so you're gonna take 5 points of damage
Okay.
as it slams into you. And that's its
That
attack of
one, I don't like
opportunity.
Okay.
And it's going to use one more, and it misses.
Alright.
So it has let go of the rogue to hit
Cool.
you. And now it is.
I don't get my regular attack?
You tumbled up and provoked an attack of opportunity.
You're kind of screwed at the moment.
Go ahead and see. Go ahead and see if you can hit him. You're not gonna be able to hit as much as you want, but we'll see.
That is going to be a 29.
You hit it.
You have your arm back.
Yay!
Okay, 1d6.
Yeah, I saw a dwarf and
It's gonna
decided
be
there's more meat on
1d6
them
plus
bones.
3 and then 2d6 cold.
Okay.
I think it was a 5.
It's gonna be 8 physical.
Okay.
And still another d6 here. With 5 cold damage.
Okay.
And the commas are silver as
I
well, if
need
that makes a
the
difference.
rogue to roll me a reflex save, please. Because even though he spits you out of his mouth, he still has adhesion. So
Okay.
you may be stuck to him.
You want me to roll it or you want to roll
I'll roll it.
it? Okay.
I feel like it'll have better odds coming from me.
Well, you know, they are your new dice.
I'm rolling a
How much
reflex.
does the extra
Yeah.
spacing cost?
Is this my phone? No.
Your phone is right there. My phone is
You're
back
trying
here
to
on the
touch
counter.
everybody's shit. I love it.
I just swiped your
15
shit,
plus
man.
13. Should be coming in if it's.
A reflex?
Yeah. So
Yeah, 28.
Okay.
Yeah, 28.
So you are not Stump. You were like
Okay.
next to. So you good. So now I need my fighter.
Okay, I'm going to see this madness, and I will pull my blade, and I'll begin to kind of glide ahead with my elvish style of fighting and kind of.
I'm picturing him like 30.
As I begin to kind of dart back and forth, and I will take my hit. I'll use my power attack feat. That's a -3 to hit for +6 damage.
Cool.
Alright, so 37 to hit.
Oh, you hit it.
That was DoorDash.
Let's see, that's a 15, so that's a critical threat. Do you confirm crits?
I can confirm crit.
Okay. Confirm crit.
Are we running the confirm 3 times instant death roll or no?
No, that's only if you roll 2 20s in a row.
25 to confirm.
That hits.
28 points of damage.
What are you using, a scimitar?
Yeah.
So you slash into it, you cut deep into it. It's got a hardened shell, but when you hit it, you hit deep into it, and you see it open up, and all its like guts kind of like starting to peer out, and it's like
You guys might kill it before I get
splashes you in
it.
the face a little bit.
God.
As you go in,
I think
and you
actually
can
still
see
goes
that
before I
it
do
just
it.
howls, and all the
Yeah.
teeth are like open, and it like looks at you.
Oh shit, I put my foot on it, pull my sword back down. It turned and it fucking flashed.
Actually, it's your
Gnarly ass
turn.
teeth at
Damn.
me. Oh.
There is a giant box with teeth.
We have awesome fighter.
Wants to fuck you up.
Granted, we have a barbarian.
Can I summon Tibbers on top of the box?
If you want to.
Poor Tibbers.
They have an army.
Poor Tibbers.
We have a Tibbers.
They
Alright,
have an army.
come
we have a
on, Tibbers.
So you're gonna
Oh,
summon
we got
Tibbers. You have a card for him.
Tibbers. Now we got a fighter, and
I
we've
do
got
have a
Grim.
card. Hold that
Keep in
thought.
mind.
Oh, okay, Tibbers.
Keep in mind that I
So
still
we're
have a
gonna
few
see-
tricks as well.
I know.
Things with Tibbers.
Can he stun it? I
So
thought I
he
saw
can.
By the way, if
That's
anybody
a
wants
spot.
to mention
Oh,
So
his
you're going
just
to
pull
do
something out
claw
for the
attack. So
drive.
you're gonna add your D20.
Okay.
I'm not worried
Yeah,
about
that's
anything
That's your
else.
damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, shock alert tip.
Come
Yes,
on, Tibbers.
because that's pretty
Ooh,
much how they
17
get
plus
Yeah.
19.
most of their pay.
So this is what happens.
I mean,
All
I
of a
took
sudden,
them on the
you
side,
see
they won't allow me to
the
really
druid
do
like put her
over
hands
certain
together,
Yeah.
and then like, come on, Tibbers! And then this giant ass bear
If y'all
just
want
pops
to,
out of
it's
nowhere
just
and
a-
lands right on top of this mimic. And the mimic's like, and this bear just lands, and it's like, "Rush." And it just, this big meaty paw just slashes right on the cross of its face on the side of the mimic's like side.
We can hear you
Opposite
peeing.
on the opposite side, and this like claws just sink into it. It's like roll me damage.
Not,
Not that one. I mean, that
They're
would be really
wonderful,
cool,
isn't
but damn.
Which one?
Here's a couple dollars,
So
so.
roll
This
Oh,
one.
that's
gonna
not
be
very sound.
2d4. So the pyramid ones
There's another.
This-
plus 10. So
This
you roll
one?
that twice and add 10.
Thank you.
So 2,
And then they don't have to report this.
that's
Wow.
6.
Yeah,
So it
Plus
doesn't come off
10,
their
So that's 16.
yeah.
So it cuts deep and it's just
I understand if
raw,
you
like
take
standing on
like
there
through
on
like
this-
a
on
credit
this
card, they have to report it. If you
hindquarters
tip
just
some cash, they don't have
ripping
to.
into this thing.
No.
And Trenton, it is your turn.
My turn.
You saw a bear just drop on this giant ass overgrown trunk
So where is the bear at exactly?
with teeth. It's right on
It's
top
right
of
on
it.
top.
Not as bad as the kids. At least I closed
Yeah.
the door.
I don't have. We should have bear minis over
I
there.
don't
Yeah.
know where.
It's so annoying.
This driver is so freaked out. He's like, I'm still
Yes,
waiting
there's a
on your
5-foot
food. And I'm
space in
like, no
between them.
worries.
We're
You
good.
can totally,
We're,
like,
we're
go right there
a
if you
little
wanted to.
entertained at the moment.
It's
Yeah,
their, it's their
what I
livelihood.
actually
I know a
wanna
lot
do
of
is
them.
I have a friend that does
Yeah, you got bear
Go
there.
Bees.
DoorDash and
Want to-
Find a bear.
Is there anything behind the mimic?
that says cobalt.
Just
I can swore
It's
straight
an
there.
alcove.
Here's a
It's
bear.
a cutout archer.
And
Thank you. So this is like right. We're gonna say bear. It's like right there.
Tibbers.
is it considered
Hey,
a
Phil.
large creature?
What?
It
It's
is
a
a
giant frog.
large creature. Yes, it's a large apparition.
Oh god.
What were you looking for?
You were asking about? Some charge up into it.
Okay.
Oh,
So go ahead and charge me a plus
I
two.
thought
no.
snowballs and then
Yeah.
I thought it said Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
He was
Kool-Aid
excited.
Bonbons.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I think it's a 10R or something. Oh yeah, I think that jumped from. I think.
What was
That was a shimmy to get by people.
That's plus.
A 30?
Well, I have this really bad habit
Oh,
of
yeah,
using
you
it
did.
until it literally does not go anymore.
There's a D12.
I don't even read if I have to.
Yeah. Like mine was barely holding a charge anymore. Like
Mine's
I could
getting
send
that
3
way, though.
text messages and no battery.
Oh shit.
Like it was that bad.
Yeah, I can use Facebook for like 5 minutes. I'm down to.
So, okay, that's 12
So
damage.
we got me in all
Okay.
of them because
So 12 damage.
Yeah, if it's not raging or anything.
What are you using to cut into him? Your axe?
Yeah.
Okay. So the axe comes down and you like sink deep into the top of the part of the head and you like sink down in between its eyes. How do you want to kill it?
Oh, it's dead?
It's dead.
Yes.
Elven fighter with the crit.
Sinking down between its eyes, we'll just follow through and go clear through it.
But, so you basically get
Twist.
it right between its
It
eyes,
scared
and
it
it
to
goes
death
all the
in the
way
bathtub.
down, and you split it all the way. It screams as you do this,
puts
and
the
like
lotion
both
on
it
the
splits
skin.
apart, and this like ooze and acidic skin just peels away like a baked potato. And as you go all the way to the ground, it just and like
we are drinking on
and
Snot
falls
Wendy's.
over on each side.
I don't want
And it is dead. It is
What
dead.
the fuck?
Now,
Nice.
That's a nice hit, friend. It's almost like the Blade Singers.
I just look at Grim. That's my boy.
so
Drinks at the tavern.
I just give him an attaboy.
Yeah, that one's dead. You want me to go kill the other two?
We're not out of the dungeon yet.
Right.
Gouge Bear.
We have that thing.
Timbers. Good.
There are two
Oh,
other
no,
chests
that's
over
you,
there.
huh?
Yeah, that's me.
What?
Do we want to sacrifice the rogue again?
For what?
We
Yeah,
still have
yeah,
2
yeah.
more chests that may or may not be mimics.
Should
But you
be
were out of combat.
7.
Do you want to search the other 2 chests? Rogueness that just got like almost eaten?
Doing DoorDash.
Oh. By the way, you took 10 points of damage.
You know what? I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and I'm gonna poke the blue one with the Mage Hand.
So you go up and you poke it
With the Mage
with
Hand.
the mage hand.
Big piece of grass.
So it moves a little lock in front of it, but it doesn't start trying to bite kick.
Yeah. Why?
Because it tried to eat your face.
That one pushed the I don't know what I pushed. May was taking a picture.
Okay, so I guess since it didn't try to eat my Mage Hand, I'll poke the green one.
Just
Hi.
moves the lock.
I've been recording for a while.
So they have 2 chests that both are locked. They have locks on both the things.
They're not trying to eat my not quite invisible but floating hand.
They gave him 6 bottles of water and 2 small hot vodkas. I'm like, that's fine. I'll shotgun both of them. I don't even care.
Fair enough.
I just
Hey.
figured I would get what's going
They
on down
appear
there
to
as
be
well.
just chests. Do you want to
Okay.
try and pick the lock?
Yeah, I can do that.
Pick the lock.
You should be safe this time around.
I poked them with a Mage Hand, so we should be okay.
I just want to get to the fun part.
Yeah, we can try that. So I'm just gonna do a roll for
Roll for pick lock
I know.
or open
my
lock.
open lock. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Maybe.
7 miscellaneous to open lock.
What is it?
So it's a 20.
Okay. Click, 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 click.
Oh,
I rolled a 2.
Is there
look like a little
anything
dicey
in
there.
the chest? Oh, she gets a card.
Oh. It's a
Please.
Cure Series wounds.
Da-da-da-da.
I
That'll
lived!
Who wants to check the mimic? Is anybody checking the mimic?
I will go ahead and search the mimic.
Search the mimic.
someone with a higher search than me should.
We
So
have.
do the other open lock for the
I
other
don't
chest.
even have six.
I gotta read
Do the open the
Okay, it's 4.
Yeah, because we have one more
Still
chest.
higher than me.
Okay.
straight 8.
I don't know.
Yeah, 6.
What's 18 plus 18?
Huh?
1, 2,
What's
3,
18
4,
plus
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
36.
11, 12, 13,
36.
14.
No, if you
13.
look, straight across there.
6.
Searching the mimic, I found 2 potions of cure serious wounds.
I got another curious wounds.
Cure serious.
Curious wounds.
I think the margaritas are starting to affect.
I cast Curious Wounds. Hey, how did we get
The
here?
margaritas are starting
Where
to
did that one
affect
come
back
from?
with the vials.
I just want to let
What
you know that I
possibly
cannot
could have
do that
inflicted us?
yet.
Yeah. When do you want to start?
After I get through.
Listen to somebody
Hey, good idea.
This
the other
is
day
This is
talk
my
about
second.
casting magic,
I just
and
wanna
that
let you know
most
that
people don't really
I have
add
the
into
next 3
somatic
days
and
off. I'm partying
I am
like
very-
stuff,
Next
like
week off.
You're
I'm very
right.
happy.
shut
to
up.
I'm
having
very
ideas,
I was
handsy.
supposed to be on
Me.
having
vacation.
amazing social.
I took vacation.
Rock, paper, scissors later would be great.
We're just things just
Alright,
gonna go
so
off around them and I have
you-
no idea why.
Get to the chest,
One of these days I still
and
need
there
to
is the archway.
Yes.
It is pitch
That's awesome.
black.
pitch black.
And everyone who has dark vision, know you cannot see through it.
Welcome to my world,
Bullshit.
non-human.
I don't even know.
Dispel the darkness.
Is there an animal
Maybe.
that can see into the
Well, I'm not magic missling
And
it.
then Gawker is in your head.
Put
Are
on
we
magic
going
darkness.
through this?
Yes, Trenton is recording
You
this.
think you can handle that?
Yeah,
Are you sure you want to
I think
record
I can
this?
why not?
I've had like
Then I would say let's handle
5
it
of
because
the
I don't think they're gonna.
margaritas.
Well, then maybe we should have another
Don't
5.
don't show it to certain people in
The
relationships.
cleric
Yes.
stands in front of the giant archway.
I don't
and
want a
she
policeman
holds
showing
out-
up at my door.
She's already been glowing. And then
What is this she's holding?
Fine.
now?
she's holding out her
Her
mace.
mace.
Her oh, okay.
You've noticed that since the time that you've been
I guess
there,
if you want to show
the
them what
mace
we
has
do in our
continuously
D&D
glowed
sessions.
And
Well, I
continuously
took
glowed
my
and been glowing
Snapchat around
this entire time,
videotape during
and
one of
as
the
she stands,
conversations earlier,
see
and
this
I don't
expanse of
remember
light
which
just
one it
shoot out of
was.
the top of the mace.
Tell 'em.
Actually, it's on
And
my
fill
story.
the
Is
code
it the
with
drink
code.
of that
I think it
ass?
was the
Fill
trans-drinkable
the
Kool-Aid
entire
one.
code as if it was straight daylight, as if the sun itself has come up and has now dispersed all the darkness, and you can see
Yes,
I'm posted. We're good.
we're good.
What is happening?
so
Well,
then-
they're in the same room. They want the bear rug now.
Well, I mean, the danger's gone.
So I'm just saying, so that now that there's
Kegger.
out and you can see all the way through to the end.
Does she have a religious symbol on her?
She does. You want to do knowledge religion?
I would like to, yes.
Do knowledge religion.
Who is it that showed up? And did a
You
thing?
just saw Rosita.
I
Okay.
just showed everybody the light.
Okay.
I
You
put
see
on my
that
Master
it is
Roshi
a
sunglasses.
sun, and it is a symbol of
Are you
Palor.
carrying around a bunch of corn bags?
You're full of the
You
dog
know, if it's dark, I can cast daylight.
She already did.
The mace does it for free.
Yeah, the mace is a daylight mace because it's afraid of the dark.
Hey, he
I
has a valid reason. I
This is a
have
free-
daylight here. I
It is
mean,
true.
So
It is true.
Bothers gets
constantly
one
glows.
daylight cast per day.
So if we run
So-
into more magical
Just wait
darkness,
till you see
I
what
got
you got
this.
it.
That's what I was looking at because I've
I
got.
have this. Okay, so
I can
so I'm
also
a
make
sick
a wall
human
of
being.
fire.
So I will make you a magical item,
Oh.
but I have a drawback on every single one of them,
Oh.
and you will see every single one. So as you go in, you are into this. You walk into this room, and as you walk into the room, you hear the click, 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 click.
I guess
And
we're
there's
not
a-
going back.
The door, there's a solid wall. There's not even a seam. It is a solid wall behind you.
Well, it's
Okay.
gonna close
But
the
I would
door.
still be able to see it if it's made of stone, right? Because, yeah, stone cutting.
You know
Be
that
dwarf.
it is a wall that is enchanted.
So in other words, we only go one way.
Pretty much.
Hopefully
So-
they
Yep.
don't
What do
do
we
it.
see ahead of us?
You see an incredibly massive, gaudy bronze chandelier that hangs in the middle of the ceiling, and it's casting light throughout the room. There's old webby candles. There's a few runes inscribed along the walls.
Please
Then
tell
the
me none of them
floor-
say I prepared explosive runes this morning.
On the far side of the room, there sits an exit door bearing a lavish depiction of an artist using a paintbrush. But he has a dagger in his hand, and he seems to be like covered in blood. And he's painting a very large bird. And this large bird is the only colored thing that's on the wall. And it is red.
Nobody take off the artist.
Red.
Do I?
And there are similar sun rays and stuff that are coming from the paintbrush, but the paintbrush is also red. And in the middle of the room, there is an altar that sits beneath the bronze chandelier with a shockingly clean leather hide on it. And with an image of the same artist on the tapestry in front of you on the door. And he's wearing a long flowing cape that's not colored. And there's an inscription on the altar in a language you've never seen before.
Is there a way to see
Comprehend
what
language?
language it is?
I've got the helmet.
Oh, I didn't think the helmet allowed. Oh,
I
it does
I
allow
can
reading,
read
doesn't it?
any language.
I forgot the
I
helmet does allow
know.
Do
that.
you want to do that?
Oh,
7
oh,
different
oh,
languages
oh.
here.
I will let you use the
Hold on,
when
guys.
you go to look at it.
Cookie.
When you go to look at it, the helmet's not giving you. It doesn't look like it's in a
Not
language
in
you
a
can
bill.
read. It is a code.
That's weird.
It is a language.
It's a
that's
coded
code.
language.
It's a coded language.
Okay.
Do we know if there's magic in the room?
I was about to ask 2 things. First of all, the man with the paintbrush painting. Do I recognize him from any sources I have seen
Roll
thus
me
far?
a straight in check.
Yeah.
Is he actually painting in blood?
That's what we're trying
Straight
roll me an
intel
intellect check.
would be
Intellect check.
13.
You don't know this guy's name, but you know you've seen his paintings before. You just don't remember his name. Do you have?
I was gonna see if I could roll a knowledge religion and see if I recognize the altar. For
Go
anything.
ahead and roll it.
And I am going to
Yeah, I don't know
cast,
nothing.
or not cast, make an arcana check for the runes on the
I
ceiling.
made a 7.
You made a 7. You just know that it looks like blood. You've seen blood before. You're very familiar with blood. You came into this world covered in it.
He'll leave the world
You'll
covered in
leave
it.
the world covered in somebody else's. That's how
Most
you came
likely.
into this world. But you know, you're fairly certain that what he's painting with is blood. I will give you that.
Can I detect magic?
Do you have that as a spell?
Yeah, it says I do.
Okay, then we're gonna hold you for a second.
So for
We also have
And-
a dagger that detect undead.
We do. We have several daggers that will glow if
Cool.
undead
Yeah.
are around.
Yeah.
It might be
Or do you
useful
want to check
to.
them?
That was awesome.
Yeah, let's check the daggers.
Talk to the artist.
I've also rolled a 23 on my arcana check.
Maybe.
You know that this is a
After I
magical.
entangle him to make sure he don't hurt me.
You know
might
that
not
this
be a good
is that the tapestry is somehow connected based on what you're looking at with the runes and stuff. That you're pretty
We're not
much
sure if
sure
we
it's,
wanna
there's
make him
something
mad or
tied
not.
to completing this
Concentration.
in order to get the door open. The runes seem to be
Concentration
telling
helps
a
when you're
story.
casting spells.
I was gonna say, is that like
So
WoW
between
where I
the
put the
runes
little fire
on the
circle around me
chandelier
that
and the
helps
coded
stuff?
message on the altar,
Like,
we gotta
if you
figure
have a
out.
spell that
Roll me
takes
the
a
cycle
couple
check.
rounds
Oh,
and you get hit, it helps make sure you can
I
retain
will
that
give you a
spell.
+1 because of your helmet of
What's
comprehension.
survival?
Okay,
so
that would
kind
be
of surviving out in the wilderness kind of stuff, like tracking stuff or.
About me, but
31.
Yeah, that's interesting. She's like 16 or something like that.
That's really good work.
Yeah.
I just like it 'cause it's
If
pretty.
you want to detect
She
magic,
came in and she signed the back of it.
you can.
Oh, that's
cool. Is that what you're talking about?
I just like it 'cause- yeah.
Yes, I wanted to.
Yeah, you were saying that's the girl's first
What do you want to
painting.
detect
Holly
magic?
just texted
Really good.
me to tell me that she got her first incense
Okay.
burner.
So you
It's the weirdest thing.
you cast magic, detect magic,
Graduates from OSU this year.
and it's overwhelming, and you pass out.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
The
whoa,
video.
whoa, Fred, whoa, whoa. Are you alright?
You.
Does he do that often?
Not usually.
So,
No,
so
that's
as you
kind of
see
a
this
first.
bright shine, like you just see like somebody do the flash bulb in your face. And then moments later, Grady's just nosing you and licking your face, and you wake up and you're like,
Blowing smoke.
Are you alright?
you're just kind of disoriented.
It says I have immunity to
That's
magic
cool.
sleep
It
effects.
uses the cones though.
Well, I'm not asking her this next question.
Well, you basically know it's like a flash bulb in your face because there's so much magic on here. When you try to detect the magical auras, it's
To somebody
overwhelming.
that's one.
There's so much magic in here. Everything is infused with
Yeah.
magic.
Is approaching.
So guys,
Dragon.
no, no,
Virgins. Wait,
no.
Wait, what are we driving?
Virgins maybe.
My sister got a dragon
Um,
incense burner. She just
Who
texted
here
me about
thinks
it.
they might be the healthiest at the moment?
I'm at 60 HP.
Probably
I'm
not.
at
What's
60.
this HP you speak of?
I'm at 69.
68 minus. No,
I'm hurting a little bit, but not terrible.
I still have 124.
Here's the thing, guys.
There we go.
I have 59.
Here's the thing, guys. All this, it's saying some rough stuff.
How
What?
rough.
One of us must bleed.
Bleed?
What flows within you is the paint. An artist must suffer for their art. Dye my cape to find your fate.
Are you talking like a sacrifice?
I am
Hopefully
casting
not a
bark
full
skin on
sacrifice.
anybody who goes in.
Well, if it's paint,
You're not gonna make us eat one of our
Wait.
own, are you?
Literally paint.
Are you
Well,
trying to
if
make us
nothing,
eat
I mean,
one
we
of
do
our
have a
own?
potion
Because
for
there's
pure
no color in
series,
the
so.
I see.
Why don't you just have the
So-
druid summon an animal and then we just kill it?
I mean,
Whoa.
I don't know. Is
Possible.
would that violate the druid alignment in any way?
Not a
Do you
sheep.
belong to PETA?
I have summoned. I have summoned
Here you go.
nature's ally.
You
I mean,
summon it, and I'm ruthless, so I'll just kill
We
it.
know blood is the paint.
You know from. I'll give you this. Everybody roll me an intelligence check.
Intelligence, which
You're
Wow!
gonna roll wisdom.
I must have fell asleep in this part of the class.
Where's my
Straight
intel- Oh, there it is.
Where is my
That
intelligence?
is a 13.
You're
I'm
gonna
not
roll-
wise either, but either way
Is
it's a
this what
20.
I'm wanting then?
Claire,
Or am I
lady,
adding
you're gonna
this
roll
to this?
wisdom for me,
whatever
please.
It should get off my phone.
2,
I rolled a 6
so
total.
15.
Oh.
I fell asleep
Yeah.
during that part of the
Okay.
class.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I rolled non-nat 20.
You rolled a nat 20?
Non-nat 20.
Not. Oh.
Yeah, I added on that.
You just
20
know
also.
that you just still trying to figure out if the druid's okay.
Alrighty.
Can I try to reason with him?
You can't reason with the
Pretty
ruffles.
sure this is.
So let me
This is
explain.
like
We've
I
run
would've
into
never had
his
it
family
all over
members.
again.
What relation is this to the others? Because we've killed like a couple of brothers, a sister, a father, or a son, or whatever.
This looks like a Ruffles the fourth
Was it male or
generation.
female?
Okay.
The sour cream and onion kind.
Hey Vegeta, what's the scouter say his power level is?
It's
2006. Kick his ass, Nappa.
Yay! Oh wait, I had it on upside
I'll go
down.
snap a
It's
stick
over
in my hand.
9,000.
No.
But yeah, we've killed like
fuck it.
a couple generations of these guys. He's not gonna reason with
Is
us.
this one male?
This one is definitely male. You can see his.
Oh god.
Oh,
It
yeah,
doesn't
all
even-
this-
Sorry, Larita.
It is also in a protective sack thong thing. His whole junk is like in this protective, like it looks like it's covered.
Sarong.
So he's a male stripper?
It looks like it's covered in a really thick hide.
Ain't nobody paying to see that get any more undressed than it already is.
You don't know that. There's some really kinky things in DnD.
He likes some weird shit.
There's some really weird crap, yeah.
I was gonna say, I love how he doubts the female.
Oh, I don't.
Hey,
Trust
We
me.
have a
It's
whole
a no.
book on
What did
like
you say?
things.
you're first.
Stabby, stabby. Pokey poke.
Where are you?
She's kind of
Right
right.
in
like
front
right
of
there.
it.
Actually, all you'd have to do is take a
You
5
gotta
foot step
take a
forward.
5-foot step forward and you can attack him.
Ouch.
Be
I'm not situated and prepared for this at all.
Alright. I'm good with price for now, so I'm gonna put these over here.
No,
That's
not
it.
for your daggers.
Wash my hands for
I don't
that.
have it. You didn't give it to me.
They go about the
I
same.
set it
Here
on
we
top
go.
of your papers.
Mm-mm. All I have is the note cards that Amanda has handed me. I don't even have that note card yet.
What, you know?
We are not prepared.
Do you not have the stats, the stabbies?
He said he put them on top of my papers, but I've never seen them.
She lost them already.
13,
I did not lose them. They were never there.
13.
Okay. So they're +3 daggers. They have true strike twice per day. They have Dave has listen, Gabrielle has spot, +10. And they get 2d6 cold.
Okay, well they're right there.
Yeah, but they're not up yet.
Oh.
So you're gonna be hitting at a +13. So 18 to hit.
Okay.
So what did you roll? At 18 total?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since you didn't activate True Strike.
It feels like you're trying to stab a callus on your toe. And it doesn't seem like it's hurting him. It just sort of looks like, ah, as you stab him.
Oh.
And Gabe and Gabby are like, Mom! That is Dave's turn.
Huh. Thanks
Claire,
for that.
Claire, it is your turn. That's hot.
That'll get you laid.
Weakened friend.
Yes, I will. I gotta move up to.
Your movement speed's 20, right? Yes.
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Good catch.
Okay. So you move.
Everybody moves. Cha-cha.
Everybody was moving, fighting.
Well, I have to heal our painter and residential painter. But never mind.
Pull this back up.
It's a +20
Okay.
insight bonus to
It's on
hit.
the same page.
Okay.
But it's only on one attack.
I did not move
We're
it.
gonna heal the Grimlock over
You
here.
don't have to roll the hitting.
No, I'm just gonna do cure light wound.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a card for that.
Yes.
So it'll tell you how much you healed him.
I just looked at that too. Cure light.
And you can take off one of your first level.
Yep.
You know, I just thought that I could have totally Bluetoothed my phone to the speaker for battle music too.
Nobody wants to hear.
I have a potion of cure light.
Why did-
Am I able to give it to
You're
you?
on the same wavelength.
I have the Final
Potion of Cure
Fantasy
Light
X
wounds.
battle.
Were you at my wedding?
Yes.
I have a few also.
He
You
14.
agreed to it.
Potions.
Because
What did you have?
Yeah.
You said
he got 19.
19 points of healing for Grim.
Yep.
19. Okay.
Okay, so that's your turn.
I liked it because it made you happy.
My fighter.
Yes.
What is your fighter's name anyway?
Linus.
Linus is your
Linus.
turn.
Oh god, giant ogre. Okay. Swift action, I'll unsheath and make my way. Dervish dance.
Yay, dervishing.
Yeah, I'll dervish my way up to the front and make a strike. That's 35 to hit.
Oh, you hit him.
Okay, not a critical threat. Is it a temperate climate outside?
It's sort of not really. It's sort of like even keel.
Okay. 25 points of damage.
Okay, so you just like you find a soft, fleshy spot that you don't think is calloused, and you just find home in it, and you slash right into that, and he just screams in your face, and it's almost like he's really excited that you actually found some place
Oh
to hit
shit!
him.
That's not the sign of a right mind.
He's just gleefully happy that you struck him and that you made purchase on his side.
I think
He just
likes you.
starts screaming and then like you think he's laughing in this like.
I was gonna say, as long as it
high-pitched
doesn't
scream.
start turning into screams of pleasure.
I may have to change my line of thought here.
It's your turn, Phil.
Alright.
If I use flame strike, would it damage him at all?
You pushed me.
Probably.
Yeah.
It'll be a half
Oh,
divine
if I
and
take a
half fire
5-foot
damage.
Step, I can still flurry,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that should work.
I'm gonna 5-foot step in. Flurry of blows.
Well, I have lightning storm, ice storm, flame strike, wall of fire.
The thing with lightning storm,
the
you want to watch out for
combos?
that one because it does not distinguish between friend and foe.
I didn't figure it did.
But
It's either
flames,
that or 6 Grady on him to poke his eyes out. The kind of costume is vision.
I don't think you'll need to do that. If what I got planned succeeds, this fight may be over quickly.
Okay,
Full
if
person
not,
again?
I'm sending Grady for his eyeballs.
Baleful polymorph. Turn him into a slug.
Am I before you or after you?
What do you? You're after me.
After?
Yeah. So let me pull that up because I was going to do something different. But if he's insane,
So I'm just gonna do
he
a
probably doesn't
random
fear
attack.
much.
Maybe.
So first
It's
hit is
intimidating.
going to be a 19.
Rage.
That is not.
Basically, I could use like the intimidating skill against someone at rage, and then make a
That's not
check
gonna
against
hit.
my intimidate.
Two
Put
die.
against a -2 to like attack rolls and savings rolls and
Yeah.
all that.
I'm gonna guess
I was
17
going
isn't gonna hit
do
either.
Phantasmal Killer, but I think
Nat 20.
Baleful Polymorph might work better
Okay,
in
roll
this
it, confirm.
situation.
Nat
Nat
20.
20.
Oh, to confirm.
Hold on.
I guess that means I'm buying 3 packs of magic cards before we leave now. I don't know what that has to do with
And that's
these
all
nat
mainly.
20s, but
Okay.
He confirmed it.
yeah.
course, if Phil
It's gonna be
gets through.
18.
That does not hit.
Ian's chill with it, so.
What's up? I'll sell you magic packs.
See, I knew you.
No, that's not
Yeah, I
it.
got you.
And then a
Do I?
26. Okay. So I only get 1 at a
Wow.
times 2.
26 didn't hit.
26 didn't hit.
You thought you made
Oh,
purchase, but
Brody. 26
Wow.
didn't hit. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going with the right spell this time then.
Might be.
So let's see.
I'm thinking that would be good with.
Can I get someone to throw this away for me?
No, I
So
think
that's
I'm gonna go with what I
18
told you
physical
about.
because damage is maxed and then multiplied.
right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then 2d6 cold. 5 cold.
I'm gonna feel good.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
you
gonna
don't think the cold
try
anything,
to get up.
but how much was the physical?
The physical, let's see, it's gonna be 18 total.
Okay, so you
Because it's 6 plus 3.
you see where the fighter hit, and then you just punch right where his blade,
Just hook the
made
comma
purchase.
right in and
and you
Pull a
take
little.
Lady Emerald and you just sink her in, and you make that slice deeper, and he just the same gleeful screams just erupt from him, and he's like harder.
Oh, damn. That's a good number.
And he's bleeding pretty good, but he's just
If he
More
was harder, I got
enraged.
harder.
more enraged.
Okay.
So then
Need help?
it is
You sure?
Andrew. You good, love? Okay.
I'm perfect.
Lies. Okay.
Grim, he tried to touch your sack.
Ask Andrew.
I cast Baleful Polymorph to turn him into a slug.
Ooh, what is that will
Oh,
say?
well.
That would be. Should be a 19.
5. I'm
It's
over
a
here
5th
playing
level
D&D and
spell.
shopping.
The spell save
Wrapping up
DC
a
is
tab
19.
over here.
I know, I
19?
kinda
Yes.
wish that I'd been paid already.
And it's a what is it?
Baleful polymorph.
No, it's a will or.
Oh yeah, it's will save.
It's a will save.
Actually, I believe it's 2 different saves. Yeah, it's 2 saves. Fortitude negates completely. Will is a partial negation. So if it succeeds the fortitude, it will still be an ogre. If it fails the will, though, it loses all of its extra abilities and gains the abilities of a slug.
But you're giving him a +4 to.
It's not fatal. It would not be fatal in this environment.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, I see that now.
He just turns him into a slug so he's easier to stabby without any clubs and.
So it's a fortitude save first. And then if that succeeds, then he must make a will save.
I rolled a 19. Ouch. +5.
Okay, so it's a full negation.
It's a full negation. Okay. So you touch. You go. How close? Is it a range touch?
It is just range. Close, 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels.
So
That's
you
just
raise
auto.
your hand to try to cast the spell, and he feels himself, his molecules, and all his being tried, and he just glares at you, and then hideously laughs. Just this hideous laughter.
Alright,
Just
well, next
looks,
time.
His slobber everywhere.
We'll see.
This one's got some freaky,
Trent, it is your turn.
My turn?
kinky going on.
I just
okay, I got
just
another
hollered at him. He wants to touch your sack.
Okay, so
Oh, he's probably got calloused balls.
Oh.
Wait, he's got crabs?
okay, so I'll take a 5-foot step up and rage and use power attack for 5.
Sure, just knock me over.
Cleric down.
Turn down, out of mana.
And
I know I'm short and all, but
now
geez,
with a
give me a
5-foot step,
chance.
is it just a single attack or is it?
Slash step is a single attack.
Okay.
We're gonna with that.
Okay.
You,
Well, I rolled a 3, so that's a 26.
you don't hit. You try to hit him, and it just slices into one of the calluses on his giant gut. And it just clean slice. There's no blood or anything. It just goes right through tough skin.
A shaving of skin.
And its shaving of skin just peels off. It falls on the
That is
ground.
not a
Some of us just.
Looking it up.
So if he hits
And I'm out of range, so I'm okay.
Because I mean, I can take it. It just kills the sneak,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
gives
mine-
me even more hits.
I might be able to save
Fireball, fire
Look at her over there,
flame
just
blade.
smiling.
Flame strike.
Range.
Range.
This is one of those
100 feet
where
plus 10
I
feet
really
per
wish
level.
we
It's a
had
cylinder
somebody
with a
because I can just
10-foot
imagine
radius,
digits.
40 feet high.
Mine.
Reflex save for half.
Mine.
Produces a vertical column of divine fire roaring downward. The spell deals 1d6 points of damage per caster level, maximum 15d6. Half the damage is fire damage, but the other half results directly from divine power and is therefore not subject to being reduced by resistance to fire-based attacks, such as that granted by protection from energy, fire shield, chill shield, and similar
It is
magic.
1d6 points per caster level, so you have 11 d6. And it is a medium cylinder, it's 100, so it's a cylinder.
It's a cylinder of 10 feet.
10 feet, reflex for half. So I get a reflex save at
It is
least.
60.
Alright, so I'm gonna start giving you some dice. Oh, there you go.
Center it right on him.
Take 11 of those.
I mean, that's a hit, but
Hopefully
That's
they
a lot
don't
of
betray
D6s.
you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, fireball.
Then I'm gonna roll my, what's
Yeah.
It's a level, what
Hey, I'm
spell is it?
clear.
It is a druid 4, so it should be an 8.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Plus
30.
your wisdom.
Wisdom is a 4 modifier.
So it's gotta be with
Yes.
a sneak attack. Attack, it's worthless.
That guy's wicked looking.
Yes, he is.
Okay,
I'm glad we have the extra party member.
You're gonna roll for 11 of them.
Yeah, I won't let you down.
I'm really glad we got the extra party member.
He's over there like,
Yeah.
Now count.
Stay on my feet.
He's like the motivational speaker of the party all of a sudden.
I live in a van.
Down by the river.
Suck
That ain't
it.
good.
Thought you said you weren't gonna kill me.
I'm.
No, it's her goal this time to kill us because I said something about us being unkillable.
You throw it away.
Yeah.
Well, you
I got
shut your
time
mouth
for
and
you.
for you.
How do you want to do this?
Oh shit!
Dead?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So as you see, the druids. So how do you want to roast and toast and burn to a crisp?
As painful as possible.
Okay. What happens? The druid seeing her friends be tossed around and knowing that this man's about to this creature is about to swing his mighty club, she summons the great power of elemental fire, and it shoots out from the heavens and goes right to the top of his head, and then shoo, like a comet. And he just screams in pain and gleefully disintegrates into nothing but dust and ash, and his crispy body falls forward.
You know what?
Take a few steps back, like, what the fuck?
That calls for.
I am really glad I gave you that spell.
Which one was that one?
Flame strike.
Okay.
Were you missing 3 out of that? Because there's.
Yeah, I was missing
okay.
a couple.
Making sure.
I was missing 3.
And as you
Die!
Holy crap.
so as you
Holy crap, it's a crapple.
First
I
tippers,
don't
now
know
flame
why.
strike. Y'all are welcome.
the door behind him parts and opens, and you see a descendant of stairs, and there is a warm glow coming from you.
He
All
hurt
of
my
Fuck that, I wanna
badger.
rest.
He deserved everything he got.
All of that to open a freaking door.
Don't
Could
mess
be
with
worse.
great.
Could be a lot worse, actually. Like, if I wouldn't have had a fairy in one game that we played, we would all still be tied up in a dungeon somewhere.
Which I'm still trying
What
to
is
figure
so
out
bad
how
about
that
being
works,
tied
considering
up
it was an
In a
anti-magic
dungeon,
spell.
you know, I was
By the
thinking
way.
the same thing, but I wasn't gonna say it.
In
I've never found any problems
Somehow,
with it.
we ended up all tied up in this dungeon, right? Where you could not use any abilities. It was a non-magical fortress and stuff. But I just happened to have a fairy in my bag
Hey, listen!
that got out and let me out, and I was able to hide in plain sight.
He resisted
that point
2 of
in
my
the game.
spells that would have spelled instant doom for him.
Yeah.
It's
Got lucky
okay.
there.
First tibbers and now flame strike. I got y'all. It's fine.
First a mimic, and now this is starting to get me.
Welcome to the party.
So now,
You passed initiation.
do you want to do anything before
Level
you descend
1.
the stairs?
Search Ruffles.
Level what?
Okay. Ruffles has 2 platinum in his
Yeah.
ball sack.
Big pimpin'. Oh, gross.
Somebody
Wait,
else can
and
have those.
Not touching it.
Like, we gotta castrate him to get him out?
They're sort of fused into the flesh now.
So we're cutting him out.
Just take the flesh with you. It's just a flesh wound.
We can be like a critical role, have an ogred penis in a bag of holding.
I'm not that poor.
I mean, what if we run
I'm
into
not that
wild
desperate
dogs
yet.
later? We could throw the ogre penis, the dogs go away. I mean, could come in handy.
So what you're saying
Somebody
is,
just take
you want to
one
throw
of
the
the
dogs a
whole
bone.
thing.
I can calm animals. We're fine.
So we don't need the penis.
No, we don't need the penis. I can calm animals.
Can we sell it?
Sure.
I mean, there might be other ogres.
You were thinking about bringing the penis?
I'm just gonna bring the ball sack.
Oh my god.
I'm not that desperate for money.
It's just a flesh wound.
Get him. Grim doesn't care.
Yeah, that's true. Grim don't care.
He starts looking at you. Are you okay?
Am I okay?
Yes.
Of course.
Are you okay?
Hurting a little bit, but I ain't too bad off.
I'm alive.
I'm good.
I'm good. It's Tucker, right?
Yes.
Thank you for your help.
There's not
He's
enough
so nice
gold
and
to
polite.
cover
The
his
rest of us are
therapy
just
bill.
like, fuck you, grab the penis, let's go.
The loot back on his back. Okay.
I don't think we have enough
Starts
gold to cover
walking
his
towards the
therapy bill.
Give him the 2 platinum.
Tucker's therapy bill?
No.
Okay.
No, Tucker's gonna die.
Tucker?
Why
are you worried about
Tucker is not dying.
Oh, he's gonna die.
I know that.
He makes my waffles.
So as you go down the stairs,
If we have to sacrifice the bitch, we sacrifice the bitch. I'm sorry, that's all there is to it.
so as you go down
Tucker
the stairs,
is my charge. Nobody does anything to him without my
He
consent.
makes my waffles. Nothing's happening to Tucker.
Perkins makes waffles too. I'll order you some right now.
You
Come
go
on.
down.
Before we get too far down,
Okay.
does anybody need any potions? Like,
No,
I got
good so
2
far.
serious, 3 mods, 7 light.
I'm only 9 points below my max. I'm good.
Okay.
I have 2 cure serious wounds potions, so
Okay.
Okay. So as you descend the stairs, you come to this huge room.
looks like some
And
shit
it
out of
is
13 Ghosts.
like walls of glass and brass and fittings, and on
Oh,
either
okay.
side, for the wall, as long as the eye can see, is walls and walls of books, maps, tapestries, paintings, sculptures, depicting different stories, different things, and in the precipice, in the very middle, as you descend, inset into the floor, is this giant rings that just look like something like this.
Like a giant orrery, but only
But-
inset into the floor.
It's inset to the floor, and it's like some of them are turning very quickly, some of them are turning like very slowly, some of them don't appear to be moving at all. But they're all glowing and shifting, and you hear pages turning, and you hear shuffling of paper, and there's different people walking, wearing white clothes, like vestments.
Told you guys I didn't think this place would have hammers.
Get Flower out here.
I think there's a lot more fates than we thought there were.
You have the
Because
book.
I'm gonna venture a guess, and guessing what we're seeing here are other fates.
Well, considering fates is plural, I'd say that's a safe assumption.
Yeah, I was not expecting this many.
We're on a.
They don't try to kill us, I'm happy.
I don't care. We're on a timeline. Let's get this blasted sword
Yeah,
remade
let's find what we need in here.
and
'cause
get the
whatever we
hell
need is
out of
probably
this
in here.
place.
What is it that we need?
We need Flower.
Oh,
That's
So-
your cue.
so I'll pull out the book and
Oh,
say the words again. You know, I summon the author of this book so that I may continue my tale.
So all of a sudden you see a poof, and there's Flower. And she's wearing her green dress. She's wearing her backpack with her pigtails. And she's like, "Oh, you're alive."
Yes, we're alive. Fix the damn sword.
Well, I mean, to fix the sword, you have to rewrite its ending.
And I'm guessing that book is not in the ending of the sword is not in the book that we have. It's in another book located in here.
Well, it's a book that I wrote.
So
And
you
get
need me
out
to
your
draw
pen
another
and
picture?
parchment.
Well, I mean, you have to change the story. You have to go to the librarian. Follow me. So she takes you down the
How are we gonna
stairs.
change events to something that happened?
She goes down the stairs.
Don't worry, my boy.
I'm throwing that druid
It's-
into the.
We're dealing with
Lower
magics here that
planes,
are
not
beyond
you.
our
As you come
comprehension.
to the,
I'm throwing your
the-
boss in the lower plane. She's the one that set us on this blasted quest.
Sent you here of a specific reason, and you also know that your boss doesn't do anything haphazardly. She's very calculated in how she works, and she's very. She tries to do like 5 steps ahead of everybody. And she sent you for a specific purpose because she knew that at the end of this, you would be the only one to carry out her actual wish. Anyway, so as you come down
Welcome to my role.
and you see this big
Hate that
contraption, you notice that there's a desk. That there seems to be a desk all the way around it. And the wall, it seems to be like this particular thing is all covered in glass. It's like a glass column. And then behind that's like the desk, and all these different people are around this desk checking out books and handing different scrolls and papers. to people.
Cool.
Have fun.
Roll me a knowledge the planes check. Whoever has knowledge the planes.
I think that's you and me.
I do not have that skill on this character.
I just have knowledge.
I'm a half-orc that can't read. I know nothing.
I got 30.
I have knowledge nature.
31.
You know that this is a representation of a model of the planes. And as you see it, you can see tiny little threads that seem to connect planes. And you can see the plane of fire, the plane of the material plane. You can see all these different planes that are slowly moving and twirling and crashing and sort of like interconnecting with things. And as you come to the thing, you see one of the librarians stop and look at you. Ah, Alaric, one of my favorite stories. What can I help you with?
I need a sword fixed.
Oh.
Why am I one of your favorite stories?
Why are we stories?
Because we're in this book, remember?
Oh, you're in the latest. I'm so excited. That one's still being written.
Wait, are you saying we're in others?
I have
Yeah.
multiple stories.
You are alive, aren't you? Yeah,
So
I'm gonna
she
be
says,
worried.
so we're at that chapter.
Where the
How
bearskin
wonderful.
rug comes in.
A little less vague, please.
So, we need to rewrite an ending. What
Yeah.
will you give me?
We already fought through a blasted paint room where he had to spill a bunch of his blood and we killed an ogre. What more do you want?
I have a fancy boarskin hat.
She sort of looks at it. Okay.
Alright, give her the hat.
She puts it on. So
Swear,
one
this guy's
ending.
exists.
Well, that was
Hand me the sword, please. And she takes it. She looks at it, and Flower is looking at her intently. She doesn't understand. She's sort of looking at her. I need everybody to make a spot check.
I don't spot well.
I don't either.
I got a 13.
I can listen. I just can't see.
Right.
19.
16.
Who got above a
15.
17?
Above
Apparently-
17?
Yes.
I did. I got a 20.
3
Pass
people.
this around to the people who need to see it, because you're gonna watch Flower's eyes rest on this person.
Yippee.
Damn.
Who else got it?
Ian and me, I think, are the only 3.
My character's gonna die of a brain aneurysm.
It was nice knowing you.
I'll
You're gonna have a
reincarnate you.
coronary.
Now you.
Bring me back in a big,
I
strong
want you
body.
to roll a wisdom check, Trent.
Wisdom?
Yes.
You can't read.
I didn't say how to read anything, just...
You just gotta know something.
Yeah, which isn't probably gonna happen either. 17?
You remember a vision that you've had, and you've seen that person before.
Oh, dear heavens.
Here we go again.
They
Not
were
that we know
sharpening
any
a
of this.
sword.
Alright.
I'm just gonna go pick him up and bring him over to the group.
So you go to this.
This is why I
person,
like Grim.
And you're like, come here, and you just pick her up, and she's just like, what? And you bring her over, and Flower's face. You know that Flower's always been very gleeful, very cheerful, like, not very witty. She's always been someone who's never fell short on words. And you look at her face, and she just looks like she sees a ghost.
Easy there.
And the first thing out of Flower's mouth was, I thought you were dead. And then the librarian was like, there is your different ending. And so the woman's a little confused, and she looks at Flower. Oh, hi! And she goes and picks up the sword, and all of a sudden the sword just sort of infuses back together. And there's this white light. And
Now
Flower,
that's a smithy trick I need to learn.
and Flower's just like, how did you? I thought I saw. Everybody make a will save.
First, I want to thank Grim and the librarian for shutting Flower up for once.
I kind of wonder how Flower feels
17,
knowing that somebody else is.
No.
Aw.
22.
Oh, you and me
21.
both, huh?
Will you knock it off?
Yeah.
Get out of my dice.
Didn't think I was in your dice.
Is your
know-
dice a
Amanda, bring out your little book. You have 2 nat 1s over here.
Oh,
Lovely.
Are you saying her dice is a soul
So
gem?
we're gonna go to you. in just a
Apparently.
second.
Thank God.
This is what you see.
I rolled a 2.
You start remembering things. You start remembering different things, and it all comes rushing back to you. The lady that was sharpening the sword, and when Flower was there, and she was looking at this person's sharpening a sword, and talking about how, you know, she's gonna come back. She's gonna come back. She won't die. She's not gonna come die. You know, it's a war. Everybody fights a war. She's not gonna die. And then you see it change again to this giant zigsickle, this giant floating island, and you see the light that is this same woman before you now, holding me-self and charging, and you see Flower stomping and yelling at the world, at the sky, as everybody celebrates after the war. And she is like, "Why have you taken away the only person who was my true friend? You left me with a story I couldn't end." And it all just sort of makes sense. It all sort of pieces together. And as you wake up, you realize the woman before you is Margaret. And Margaret is the original wielder of me-self. And
There's a plot twist.
it was said that Margaret had died after she had slain the Zigsickle with me-self and saved the entire kingdom of Serenity and the whole entire continent. And,
Wait, we just rewrote that in.
You
and
think
so now,
Mother nuts.
this is why the blasted druid sent me here? Because she knew, she told me, me-self only had one owner. Me-self is one of the few weapons that can decapitate a vampire with one strike.
and as you
So we just
say
did,
this,
undid all the events.
Not
as
all of
you-
them.
As you say this,
Just how
Flower's
that one
like,
ended.
you see a glow around her. And then the whole room sort of shifts and swirls, and you're in a forest. And you wake up. And you look
Don't
around.
tell me it's the forest I think it is.
And you're like in the forest. I want everybody to make a spot check.
4.
14.
17.
No, 15. 15.
18.
17.
You are in Serenity Base Forest, outside the city, in between Moonshade and Serenity Bay.
where the fuck are we now?
What's our time frame to the Vampire Council meeting?
You,
How
judging
much time has
by-
passed?
Make a Arcana check and make a survival check.
She has survival also.
Go make a survival check, Druidad.
Oh,
28.
No, I don't have any rank. Just an ability modifier.
25.
30.
You, judging from the time of the year, it's the same time of year that you were in when you left. The dirt and earth, the weather is the same weather pattern as you had previously looked at before you left, so you're figuring that you've only been gone maybe 2-3 hours.
Good. We need rest. We need to heal up before this
So
meeting.
you're about it's going to be daylight. It's getting ready to be night, so you know that you're gonna have maybe a few hours before you get back into Serenity.
No, we're not. Everybody hold my hands. I cast teleport. I'm teleporting us to the friggin' temple.
Okay, so
Yay! Healing.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that. So you're gonna roll right into the temple. And the temple has fast healing, so at the time the 8 hours is gonna be going, you're gonna be all healed up. and you will have all your spells back. The other thing is that as you go back, you see someone out of the corner of your eye greet you, and it is Mallory. She looks a little worse for wear, but she looks better. And as you notice that you're not the only one in your group, you see Flower, and you also see a fully armored Margaret, still wielding self.
All right.
Back to full health.
I want to summon Diego.
Did that summon, or did that heal Grady too?
Yes, Grady is now fully healed. So is Tickers. So Diego's like, I really wish.
So is our
Oh
babysitter.
my god.
Hello.
And I want you to roll another intelligence check.
Everybody or
Just out there.
just
19.
Okay.
I want you to go back and reference what I sent you earlier.
Which part?
Hold on,
What,
I'll
this
give you
one?
the card.
Oh nope.
I think that's for epilogue. That or this one. This one's epilogue.
No, I have it in my hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one was the one that got passed around to us three.
Yeah, by the way, I have epilogue back.
Nice. What's epilogue?
The staff that got burned like
Oh!
way
The
back.
virgin staff.
Yes.
The one that got fireballed and blew up.
That one.
You know, when we caught the bar on fire
So-
also.
Yeah.
Based
Good
on what you're
times,
looking
good
at,
times.
In front of the display of myself, the sword, is a large painting. A short cleric stands
in short,
stands not to a.
my handwriting, let me just read it to you.
Thank you.
So, so standing in front of a painting is a display of, next to the display of myself stands a short gnome wearing armor and a holy symbol on it that you've seen before on a certain shopkeeper. Next to her, a young lady with dark hair wearing a green dress and a leather backpack with initials on it, painted on it that you can't make out. A quill is stuck in her hair, and a lute seems to be strapped to her back. Next to that, a tall, slender man wearing black, and a black suit, well dressed, thin, gaunt face, and another fellow wearing a goatee, brown hair, and full plate, and a mace is resting on his shoulders. A very young Mally, and you immediately recognize her. Also in full plate is the last person in the picture with elfish features, wearing light dyed blue deep armor, wielding a two-handed sword, almost too big for her to wield. And you notice that as you looking at Margaret, she is also wearing that same dyed blue armor.
Friends, I introduce you to the group that saved Serenity Bay from the Zigsickle.
So Diego
Be
just
in the
looks at you.
presence of legends.
Well, I suppose that may have been true at one point. He sort of straightens his collar.
I'm just gonna hand you my picture.
Thank you.
You know, Diego's a dick pic.
Throws it in the fire.
I can draw more.
I know.
There's something to draw?
So,
Not of his dick. It's basically a picture of Diego and a dick, and them, you know, look like an equal sign between them.
So this is part of the new story, Diego, and I need information from you. Tell me everything you can about Lord Kane.
so no. Oh, Lord King. He is the advisor to the Duchess of the House of Knox.
You do know that he's also Donald Drake.
There have been rumors that he might be affiliated, but if he's Donald Drake, that's new to me.
Who's Donald Drake?
The
You know-
vampire who bit Jasmine, the leader of the Druid Circle.
He also is one of the members of the Black Hand that you've previously been told about.
So he's a fuck mothering vampire.
Yes, he
He's put a
is.
lot of people to get that title. He should be called such. So basically, Diego tells you, yes, I've known Lord Kane. He's going to be at the council meeting.
I want you to keep an especially close eye on him.
Oh, gladly. I hate him.
Good, because he's going to die.
Oh, well, don't skip off my nose. So as you're standing there, Flower is just in awe. She's just looking at Margaret and looking at the rest of the group, and she can't help but just stare. And then, okay, there's no sense gawking around. Let's just go ahead and go to sleep, and then we'll deal with the vampires in the morning.
I was gonna turn around to the group and welcome them to the modern age and see if they wanted to help us.
Margaret just is like,
You were heroes once. Do you want to be heroes again?
I don't really have a choice. You just know that Mally comes in the room, so you see just to be clear, you see Mally, you see Diego, you see Margaret. Those are the three people that you see. The other two people in the painting you have not yet identified. The cleric, the gnome cleric that you saw, you
I know
pretty
who that is.
you're pretty sure you know who that is. You don't know the man with the brown hair and the goatee, and you don't know the other. Everybody else you've identified. So everybody else has been identified. The only two, you know that one, and then the guy with the goatee or the mace.
Okay.
So I guess I need to sharpen my sword. And so she goes, it's sort of symbolic. She goes and sits by the fire, takes out a whetstone, and you can hear her sharpening herself.
Cool.
Are you still wanting information?
Yeah, I still want information. I want to know everything there is to know about Donald Drake.
I want to ask Boppers
I'm
what he knows.
I'm also going to store teleport into Epilogue.
Okay.
Oh, that's a handy feature.
Isn't it though?
Spell storing is awesome.
You're a handy feature.
Alright.
I'm gonna go get Barry and go introduce him to the guy at the haberdashery.
Will you leave the haberdashery dude alone?
This is what happens. So it
I
is like.
introduce him and I are both walking into the haberdashery, the bear
Alright, well
included.
the haberdashery is still open. So
I'm not cleaning up this mess.
you walk into the haberdashery, and the guy's like behind the counter shifting up. He's like, "We're getting ready to close, so if you want to make any last minute purchases," he turns around. You
This is what we got the saddle for.
get out!
I thought you might wanted to meet Barry.
No! Why? Why would I want to meet? He's gonna take. And all of a sudden, you see Barry squat and like take a huge ass dump on the floor.
I just thought you might want to know what we
So
wanted
does
the
a bear
saddle
shit
for.
in the
Did your bear just take a shit in my floor?
No.
Get out! Get out!
Roll a bluff check.
He takes this long slender stick out of the behind the counter and he points it at you. Get out! I will use this. Get out!
I thought we were friends.
Get out!
Fine.
And take your shit with you.
It's not ours. It's yours. It's in your store.
No, it came out of your bear.
It was a present to you.
Get out of my store.
So Barry and I will walk out.
And you hear him just scream. You hear just the insidious just scream of defeat and frustration.
He just wants a friend.
And so then as this happens, he goes,
I know I need it for work.
Want? I don't even got a badge. I'll make a badge.
You'll need
To
it.
need a badge. Thing.
Oh.
what is that? A bunch of penises? What?
What?
I mean, it is actually phone.
I mean, like, Mardi Gras has those penis necklaces.
Her phone's nothing but a bunch of penises and bondage gear.
I threw
Okay.
it in group chat so Faith can, keep begging for
so
it.
Boppers is just silent.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's not normal. Wake up, wake up. Wakey, wakey.
Eggs and bacon.
Hands off, Snaky.
I'm awake.
There's the link.
Thank you.
Feel like talking?
There's a link.
No. And his light just goes out.
It's on sale.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's on sale.
That thing's always lit. Why is it not lit?
Why is he not talking to me?
Why is he not lit?
Maybe his batteries ran out.
Bullcrap, he don't need batteries.
Maybe if we find a tavern, we can all be lit.
They don't like us at the tavern.
Did rewriting the story change her mace?
I'm a recovering alcoholic.
Okay.
You don't hear anything from boppers. The light is out.
We need to find out what we just changed because we need boppers.
Well, we don't need him.
Wait a
Yes,
second.
we do. Yes.
Wait a second. You knew what boppers looked like, right?
Boppers is the guy with the goatee.
He's alive.
They're all alive. We gotta find
We
them.
gotta find them all.
I go to the gnome's shop,
Okay.
By
you
your
go to
powers
Cynthia's.
combined.
You go to
and
Cynthia's.
I am sending Edgar soaring over the city with detailed descriptions of the other two to see if he
Okay.
can find them.
So you know that you know that Cassie is the gnome
Yes.
cleric. You know that assuming that Boppers is the man with the goatee. You know the one and dyed in blue leather is Margaret. You know the other one is Mally. You don't know the
tall, thin man with the black
You
suit.
know who that is.
That's Diego.
That's
Yeah.
Diego.
I was gonna say that's
So the
Diego
only
and
ones
the
that
flowers.
you don't know, the only person you don't know is the girl in the green dress, and you don't know the.
Don't know if that's
the
gonna
girl in the
work.
green dress, and you don't know
Credit for
the guy with
trying.
the goatee, if that's Boppers or not.
But isn't it
Credit for
safe to
trying.
assume, since Flower's running around in a green dress and pigtails, that it's probably we need to call her and ask if that's
Possible. You want to come with me to talk to Cassie?
sure.
Because Amanda sent it to me.
So
That was the group chat.
no, so you go to Cynthia's. It has a closed sign on the door.
They
But
have
there's a light on at the top where she
I'll
was
just tell
there.
you if I'm while you're sleeping and mute it.
You'll find it all out.
The window comes up and you see this timid Cass poke her head out. We're closed.
We need to talk. It's an emergency.
I don't do cleric services anymore.
Eh.
The temple's still open over there.
It's not about that. It's about your friends.
You want me to go grab him?
No.
No.
She opens it up more. Who?
God. We're
And
just
then
gonna grab
as you
random-
talk, she sees you hear clean, like you hear footsteps behind you, and Margaret comes up behind you,
Clackety clack.
and Cass is just like, I thought you were dead.
I
And
call
Margaret's
up.
like-
The story's been rewritten. We need to
And
talk.
You hear her slam the window shut, and then you hear movement. She comes through, she unlocks the door,
I'm sorry.
and she bolts right towards Margaret and just hugs her. And she's like, I thought you were dead, and you just sobs. She just completely sobs. And as she contains herself, she's like, what? I don't and Margaret's like, we'll explain, but we have a different fate. I have a different fate now. And then Margaret's like, Cass is like, okay, I'm gonna go get my armor on. And you see this light in this older woman that she's never really. I mean, you've always seen her as this grandmotherly type, but she has this like sense of adventure now. Like, I get to put my armor
Tells
back
me
on.
Grandma's about to go.
So she goes
Somebody's
upstairs.
about to do a full Carol.
She
I didn't full Karen.
Right.
she gets her armor back on. After a few moments, she comes back and she's wearing silver
You're so
armor
mean.
of the light. It is the same cleric vestments of the deity that killed Vecna.
I'll see what else I can find.
And
I
she
just
is in
need
full
to
gear and she
play.
has her mace and a
There's
backpack
only
strapped to
5
her
left.
back.
You have to act now.
And then
No,
basically
this is
she's
me
like,
acting now.
That's right there.
what are we doing?
This is me
What are we
acting now.
doing? And at that point, you hear the alarm bells coming from the barracks tower.
Good gosh.
We cannot
And
just
Edgar comes and whispers in your ear, you need to go and see this. And so as you As you look in the very, very distance of the horizon, it looks like it's about from your
Philip,
vantage
my
point.
Facebook hates
It's
you
not going to
tonight
be here
because
for another 24 hours.
I like that. I just
Don't tell me it's the
I just
zigzag.
put
But
it
as
in the
you're
pocket.
seeing it,
It's a jacked baby
you
Yoda.
see
That's great.
this hint,
You haven't even seen the show. Doesn't count.
and you know that it is a zigzag.
Did I mention I want to throw Jasmine into the gray wastes of Hades?
Now,
Literally.
we're going
It's
to
reopened.
cut to the next
It's
day.
flipping you off.
Because you still have to
It's
go.
great. She needs this.
No.
Hey guys,
She needs to wear
guys,
it while working
guys.
at Walmart.
Sorry, it's a baby Yoda in the pocket shirt flipping somebody off.
That's okay, but we got vampires that we're going to go see like right now.
So
So we got all our spells and everything.
Yep.
Yes, you have all your
spells, all
spells
health, all
and
rested.
everything. And you
Good.
have to track a little bit to get to the place where you're going. Now, Margaret and the rest of them are staying in town. They're not coming with you.
That's fine.
So Margaret casts Diego. All Diego does is port you there to the vampire's domain
And then goes off to
And then
play
goes
spies more.
to play spy some more. He's like, I'm gonna be in. He basically tells you, I'm going to be inside. You don't know me. Don't make eye contact with me. You don't know that I'm here.
You're a
I'm
dick
gonna-
anyway. Why do we care?
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group and be like, I'm gonna tell them, diplomacy, be on your best behavior. We don't know who's friend and who's foe in here.
In other words, don't
You realize my
screw us up.
charisma is a 0.
I don't care what your charisma is. Be on your best behavior. Don't speak unless spoken to. Don't do anything that can be interpreted as an insult or a threat.
In other words, shut
My
up and
best
follow
behavior.
closely.
So
But I promised others I'd be on mine.
You
Grim's
just
hand.
stand there and look stoic.
make a listen check.
But I promised others I'd be on my worst behavior.
Everybody, make a listen check.
Somebody hold the monk's
6.
hand, somebody hold Grimm's hand.
Ooh, listen check.
Yes.
Ooh, I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
I got an
Somebody can
18.
hear.
Or no, 19. Sorry.
I got
18.
30.
Okay.
Good gosh.
28.
Okay.
What do you got?
Everybody who made above a 15
No.
is gonna hear this.
Yeah.
You all
Got
hear
one
a
right.
screeching owl. Roll me a knowledge nature.
Hoot.
6 plus 16.
I heard
Thirty.
it.
1, 2.
22.
Because I rolled a 20.
You rolled higher than 15.
You hate my character.
She hates us all right now.
Play my character for a day. Trust me. Just play my character for a day. And then look at all of the bullshit that you guys cause and that I have to deal with separately.
Hey,
do me a spot
I
check.
had to come
In
in.
the
You
direction
were-
where you think you heard that.
You're pretty much equal on my level.
I had to come in and keep you guys
Are
alive.
you
I
talking
know, you're
about
pretty
the
much
fact
on
that
my
I
level of...
Visit a guy that I'm pretty sure has a restraining order against me.
No, you're cool, but I'm just saying. Everything that's happening...
Do you want to do anything? I will tell you that you know them.
Are we boned yet?
You wouldn't get that lucky yet. Just
They're like your bestest friend.
I'm wondering if I'm gonna get that lucky.
you have to survive
them.
long enough
Yeah.
to get
That's
that.
why
lucky.
I'm wondering if I'm gonna get that lucky.
Okay, restructure to do. Ooh, giant sea turtles.
Save the turtles.
Plastic
You,
wasn't
you're
invented
thinking
yet.
about a bearskin rug and she's trying to save the turtles.
No, I'm thinking
Plastic
about
wasn't invented
surviving
yet.
a vampire
Can I ask her
council.
what she's looking at?
My work
She
wife
looks
went
over
to
at
an
you.
aquarium today.
Nice.
And
What are you
is
doing
posting
here?
the pictures.
You know that
Nice.
this is a
And there's a
girl.
giant sea turtle like the size of me.
She is a member. She was a,
I like turtles.
liaison
Turtles.
for the
Am I
Spirit
supposed to be rolling for something?
No.
No,
Circle.
I'm
She can have
trying to
Jasmine.
get all my bad rolls
She's
off.
a badass.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
My
I
face
see you
no-
fire rolling over there.
My mace no longer works. I'm having a little bit of a panic attack
She's
here.
trying to figure out, like,
I just got my mace
Miss you.
back.
She's kind of formal.
Between the two of us,
She's a
we
vampire.
kind of carry the brunt of all the bullshit.
Sure, go ahead.
Scratch tickets.
So she's like,
All I'm gonna say is I
This
do
is
not
just
take
really
breaks
fast.
in bullshittery.
to make sure that
Yeah, and that's what
you all work follow, but you all sort of.
Just saying. But like, I find it
So,
entertaining.
there's no trouble. I'm just gonna be out.
But apparently there's casinos in places
What do you
that
think,
aren't real.
Destiny freaking hates me.
Couple of
Black and red is not my color.
Not tonight, at least.
So
Never
you're at
is.
the entrance of the vampire establishment, and you see a sign.
What does the sign say?
The sign is written.
Mom, you heard people need not apply?
Well, I'm out.
Well, who here understands Ignan?
I do not.
What is?
Ignan is the elemental language of fire.
Okay, so
Ironically enough,
definitely not me.
Grimlock does not.
What are we looking for?
Ignan.
I'm the only one who can read and understand this language.
Yeah.
Owie. Sign reads.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
Who wants to bleed?
Oh my gosh.
What are you looking at me for?
Because you have more health than anybody else.
To enter here, you must provide a sacrifice of blood. There's a knife and a bowl.
We're sacrificing you again.
Your move.
You want to kill my waffle maker? You're getting
well, that's
sacrificed, damn
separate.
it.
Remember that against the types of
You know
Why
what?
don't we kill the waffle maker?
No.
Your dodge is
Somebody hand me a dagger.
Ian.
Yes.
Are you going to stab me?
No.
I will.
What?
No.
He's gonna sacrifice his own blood.
No, we're not sacrificing him. He's useful. He
I'm
can read this shit.
uncomfortable with
He
this.
can't read. We're sacrificing you.
Well, we
Kill
need him
things.
to tankety tank.
He'll be fine. He's got plenty of health.
We need him to tankety tank.
I
We
can
can't
kill
totally
him.
kill him.
I'll kill him. We're fine.
What are you looking for?
We're not allowed to know, apparently.
Okay, that'll work.
This is
I read it in the note.
apparently
Not really.
we're looking for one for.
So,
Hey,
No, I'll just no. This is it. This will be
so I need to
Okay.
stab myself
Excellent.
again.
Yes. You survived last time. You
okay,
survived
so-
again.
How much blood needs to be in the bowl? Are we talking like fill it up or?
You see
He's
a
being
line
selfish.
Are we talking
of blood
like
on
Crawley
the- on the-
needs to make a
on the
phone call
bowl, so
or?
it's just a shallow bowl. It doesn't need to have a whole lot of blood.
Okay.
It just needs to have some blood.
See,
and
you'll
from
be
what
fine.
you can understand,
It's just the
Don't
flesh
have a
of this
dagger.
everybody needs
I
to
got a
contribute.
couple. I can-
Everybody needs to
Oh.
contribute.
See, you don't have a
It's
freaking
communal.
choice.
This means you too.
All right.
We're
I
just
have
gonna
some
have a
crossbow
blood
bolts, so I'm gonna draw a bolt and
Does
poke
this
my
include
hand.
Edgar and Tivers?
No,
If
it does
it's
not include the
everybody?
animals. It does not include the animals. It just includes all the humanoids.
Back off my aminals.
So everybody who's sacrificing,
I
Just
Okay.
asking.
I want a
Said
fortitude
everybody.
save, please.
Okay.
Alright.
What save?
Fortitude.
I need to know if you made a 10 or higher.
Nat 20.
Aww.
Nat 1.
Oh.
You cut too deep.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna start being nice to you.
What the fuck? Oh no.
Really?
Everyone's dying from a blood sacrifice.
This is not even right.
You both cut way too deep.
I'm
And
done.
you take everybody who did not fail their DC check takes 4 points of damage. The other people who
Get over it.
who failed take 6 points of damage, max damage.
Ah, 6 ain't too bad.
So, man, you all just like to
Wait, those who failed take 4, and those who
No,
or those who failed
don't,
take 6,
and
those
everybody
who,
else takes 4.
Okay, gotcha.
You guys
You know
need to
what's
learn to
sad
touch
is?
yourselves better.
We won against a giant troll and you all tried to kill yourselves during a blood sacrifice where you were in control of the
I thought we cut this way.
You also tried to kill us with the door, so
That's why I
like,
cut my hair, not my wrist.
yeah,
Okay.
that's why I pierced my palm.
It's the wrist, not the throat.
Okay.
Remember what to cut off? They tried to cut off their genitalia.
Wait, the jugular?
Sacrifice! Ow! That hurts more than it
I didn't
should.
understand the word sacrifice too much. I'm just saying. So here's what happens: the door opens as the bowl is filled with the last few drops of blood, and it goes in. You hear the roar of the crowd in the inside, and as you go, and it's a large coliseum almost, and it's got a bowl shape. So you see that there's a podium in the center, and then you see rows and rows and rows of vampires from different houses. They all have their banners proudly displayed above their sections.
Wait, are they trying to summon Dagon the Blood God?
Anyway, so then as you see,
Did we just feed a bunch of vampires by sacrificing their blood?
you see that the
Probably.
blood from the bowl drains and starts flowing out into little vials
Yes.
at the base of the podium. And they're collected and labeled.
They have our
Not
blood.
one.
And as you come in, you were met by this very dapper looking fellow. His teeth are black and his eyes are red. And he's like, follow me. Warm bloods, follow me. And so
There
he,
is
much
just
of a
an urge
choice.
to
He
make
looks at
any
you,
comments.
and he's like, he takes a box and he opens it. Holy symbol. You'll get it back when you're done. My brothers and sisters aren't going to like that.
What if it's covered?
It'll be in the box.
And who holds this box while we're attending this meeting?
It goes right here.
I was gonna
And he
say.
shows you there's this alcove and it's got a table full of weapons. Like, it's not just her stuff. It's like a lot of little different boxes that have labels on them of who they belong to.
Okay.
And then there's racks of weapons. So you notice that as other people are coming in from the Colosseum, they're also being disarmed. And holy symbols and different religious markings are being taken from them. So as he's asking for her holy symbol, everybody else is being asked for their weapons.
Oh shit.
You're not taking my rock.
You wouldn't deny a man his walking stick, would you?
Yes!
He takes out a wand and it glows as it goes over epilogue.
Can I roll a hide for my daggers?
If he takes a weapon, just an Edgar to fetch him.
Scream.
No.
As
What,
you-
what about
as you
having
take
Edgar
off your
take
belt
our
to
stuff
hand them
and just
over?
hang?
Mom,
Don't worry.
I wanna roll a hide to keep them.
No. They're just like
Okay.
they're.
I can
screaming
do
in your
anything.
head.
Anything is possible if you just believe.
Yes.
I hand over my weapon. Telepathically, I tell Edgar to watch our things and
Okay.
stay by the clothes.
Okay. So him, Edgar, and Grady are all by the door where the alcove is, and all your stuff, all your weapons, everybody's weapons. You have none other. All the metal that you have is taken. You're keeping your armor and
I just
your
need
pouches
a
and
bunch
stuff.
of weapons.
But
Yeah,
everything
because they're
else,
really gonna want my weapons because they're
everything
silver.
else is
I had silver tips.
being right. Everything else is being hung, and they're not touching your stuff. They're using gloves.
Okay.
And they're wrapping up a log in a cloth,
Drive a
and they're
toothbrush.
setting, and they took all your regular daggers, they've wrapped them, and then they've wrapped the twins up in a cloth. They haven't touched your daggers physically, they have just wrapped them in cloth and put them down. Your mace has also been wrapped up, and this entire duration he has not glowed. You don't even know if he's still in there.
Yeah, and I want to get this over so I can find it.
So as you're all piled in, they usher you to a special seats. Now you notice that the seats are clean and they have runs on them. And so as you sit down, as you're sitting, you feel oppressed. Like you don't feel like you can't cast. You instantly know that you're in an anti-magic zone. And also being as you entered into this anti-magic zone, you also realize that it's not just in just your section. It is around the entire building.
So I'm pretty sure I just handed them about 13 weapons.
Your arsenal,
Rambo.
everything. So anything, now to be clear, if you have a bag of holding, you cannot reach into your bag of holding because you're in an anti-magic zone.
Yeah.
So
Which I
Your
think only
magical
two of
armor
us
is
have
no
one.
longer magical.
Anybody
But
got a
it's
toothbrush?
regular
I can make a
armor.
shiv.
So even
Okay,
even
three of
though
us have one.
useful
Right.
What if I
Just
just my
your
normal
roll useful
hammer?
items.
Did they have?
What if I just my normal hammer?
They took everything.
Does rope count
Maybe.
as a weapon?
They did not
Is it
take
candy?
any of your mundane.
I can hang them.
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough rope
I
to.
got 50
What
foot.
a weapon of a hammer.
But we
Just
have-
the normal like.
What do you
Full
do?
hammer.
Like
All your
stack
hammer.
all of them and then like empty the rope
Yes.
and do it again?
There you go.
Exactly what I'm gonna do.
We're not attacking
They took
unless
all your metal.
things go really, really
But
south.
you're
Then
not-
we're at a major disadvantage.
As you're
Doesn't
observing
take
all
much
this, you notice that everyone else looks like they're all just wearing cloth. There is no magical auras that you're detecting. Like you're seeing, like normally a magic item has an aura about it. You're not detecting that among anybody. Everybody looks like they're in this anti-magic ring. Now the ring of anti-magic is just in the ring that you're in. So once you step out of that, you have your power.
Okay.
But if you try to cast, you know this as a caster. Anybody who does cast magic knows this, that you can't cast into an active magic zone.
Right.
So like you can cast around it, but you can't cast in it.
into
We're
it.
being led to
So
So even my
So we're gonna take turns
my monk abilities are
alternating
completely
Edgar and
negated,
Brady
like
from
all the
all
Savali
of
stuff
the
like that.
weapons.
all of you're suppressed. You can
To start
cannot cast magic.
No.
Oh, well, I'm
They're
susceptible
not
to
gonna-
We're
poisons
not
again.
attacking. There are 100 vampires surrounding us in an anti-magic zone. To attack is suicide.
But they can't
So,
attack either
I
because
already
They
tried
can
to kill
attack. They
myself.
have supernatural abilities. An
No, she
anti-
just told me it negated everything.
It negates every magical thing. If you have a supernatural ability that is different, if
Okay,
it's
so my
considered
class abilities.
if it is considered a supernatural ability, you can still use that. However,
Okay.
it is not nothing magical you can do. Supernatural is different. That's like an innate. That's like a weird
If you
superhuman
want to
ability you
fight,
can do.
go ahead. But I'm leaving if you guys start fighting because I'm not committing suicide going against 100
Me and
vampires.
Phil already tried by cutting our wrists. It's fine.
So
Exactly. I don't think you guys want to be trying that.
so as
No,
you
but
sit,
in case something does happen, I am.
In case something happens, we find better ground.
roll me a knowledge religion check.
I have knowledge religion.
17.
So you know that the person at the end is the High Council member. She is adorned in pure black. She is also from the house. From the notoriety, you notice that she is from the house of the Obsidian Knights. You know, the Obsidian Knights are the largest house in the Vampire Council. They have the most votes, but they do not have the majority votes. So just because the Obsidian Council votes for something does not mean it's going to pass.
So their votes carry the most weight, but
They're
they're
gonna-
outnumbered.
But they're outnumbered. So there's all of the smaller houses, and then you notice that as you're going through all the houses, you can see the House of Nox is the farthest from you, on the right hand side of the precipice, and you notice that there are the Duchess, which what you're assuming is the Duchess, an advisor on her right side, and then two of her bodyguards behind, and everybody's situated like that. So you can tell the leaders, their advisor, and then two security guards, two guardsmen are on directly behind them. Everyone else looks like it's just their counselor or their other advisors that are back behind them, or other clan members that have been asked to be present.
I want to memorize every visible feature of the Duchess's advisor for House Knox.
Okay. Also roll me another knowledge religion check.
I assume I can roll wisdom or an intel.
You can roll wisdom.
29.
This is yours.
16.
Short. This is also yours.
Okay.
So, as you were addressing, or you were being addressed, you see that they are. They're like, ladies and gentlemen, we have. Before we start, as tradition, you're going to begin with a sacrifice, as per our custom. Warm bloods, we welcome you to our council meeting. This is just a formality, but we are going to have our ritualist assassin as our coffers have suddenly become full with a prisoner that we have taken in. And as they lead them in, you notice that this man is in shackles, his hands and his feet. He has got long, dark brown hair and a scraggly goatee. And he is being led to the middle center.
It's a friend of yours, right?
That's my...
It's a man from a painting of ancient heroes who saved the town from a zigzaggle.
Now do we jump in and do something?
No!
Why do we have to have logical people?
Because logical people keep people like him alive.
So they lay him out on the
Obviously not
table,
trying to kill himself.
and they strap him down, and then they open his hands up like this, and they have bowls on either side.
Pretty sure they're trying to summon Dagon.
And so they slit both of his wrists, and they're just gonna let him, and they'd be like, and let the bloodletting begin, and when he is dead, our meeting will be adjourned.
My lords and ladies,
Dagon or Cthulhu?
perchance must the sacrifice be made in full, or can it be
Sure.
shared, substituted,
He wants
made
to kill
amongst
himself again.
several?
This is tradition. Our timer, we have a one must die. So this is basically what as you're saying this, you recall with this particular cult, with this particular group. It's tradition. They only have their meetings as long as this guy dies. So as long as he stays alive, the meeting continues. And whenever he is dead, all the blood is divvied up between all the rest of the people as a confirmation of all the business they've done, to confirm that everything that they've done has been set, and as a way of sealing the deal, so to speak. So this is basically like, this is lunch, and we're preparing lunch in front of you, so then after we're done with business, you can eat.
So when you say this guy, I'm assuming just whoever that guy happens to be at the time, and this guy just isn't dying over and over and over and over again.
No, he explains to you that they take prisoners, and that anybody within their law, because you know that anybody that's within their lands, that's caught within their lands, is fair game. That's how they're supposed to survive. So this is their prisoner. They took him as prisoner. They're by law.
There's nothing
and
we
this
can do
is
to
this
stop
is how
There
they
is something we can
we
do
got
to
it.
stop
This is
it,
how-
potentially.
this is how they do business. So they are they're basically going to use him as a timer. They are cooking their dinner, so to speak.
Are there any blades around in the area?
Only in the
Where we left them?
where you left them.
Nothing in
And
this
then
chamber?
there is nothing in the chamber. The only person that seems to have a ceremonial dagger was the one that they used to cut his wrist, and that's around the waist of the man that's down there, or the lady that's down there in the center, speaking to you right now about traditions. Because she understands, she almost looks like she has this like cruel smile on her face that she knows this is disturbing, but she doesn't care.
I respect your traditions. However, I must ask, in this case, a favor of mercy. For this man, judging by the looks of him, was once dead, and therefore would not be able to knowingly break your laws.
This man has committed crimes against the council, and this man has killed Archon, and this man will pay for his crimes. And be a feast. He looks tasty. She goes and munches his side. And his head sort of turns. He has this piercing blue eyes. He sort of looks up into the crowd, and he sort of like makes eye contact with the cleric. And his eyes sort of widen, and then he just immediately looks up at the ceiling. He just looks up at the ceiling. He doesn't even look over. He just like completely turns away and looks up at the ceiling for a little bit, and he looks the other way.
Can I roll a
If-
sense motive?
He has
Sure.
to go. Is there a
Who
way
you
to get
sense
his
motive?
soul back?
On
into-
the
On the guy in
figure,
the-
yeah.
Okay.
Possible.
Non-natural 20.
You not sure. You just look. He looks frightened. He just looks frightened.
I see him look at her, and then
He almost seems like you think he knows her, but you're not like 100%.
Okay.
But you haven't seen him with the group,
Right.
so it's not like it's somebody that you've seen like physically or whatever with the group, and it's not like anybody that you've seen in town or anything like that. So you have no idea who this person is, but you know that there's some connection between him and the cleric.
There's no way to find out from Flower.
Not
That
inside
would
the
not be
magic
wise.
zone.
Bringing a fate into this knowingly would not be a good idea.
Well, I didn't think it was possible anyway where all the magic is.
Flower can kind of basically do what the hell she wants.
Yeah, but the
No,
hole
even
is,
she has to obey certain rules.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Even in this situation.
and he
she
can't
would
get
be-
into his bag of holding, which is where the book stays. So. Banana.
Banana. So effectively, what you're looking at is it's the clock is ticking. Roll me a hill check.
Well, that
Inside of the
didn't
field,
work
though,
so
it's probably
well.
not
That's
like
how we
pretty
roll
much.
right there.
Right? Just like.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. God, that's an old song.
15.
Even though the mace isn't
You
here.
can tell that his wounds aren't deep, but it's gonna take a while for him to bleed out.
So it's going to be slow.
What are his findings made of?
Leather.
Leather.
He is.
They would burn then.
It's thick leather, so it would take a while for them to burn. Yeah. They're like, think of electric chair straps.
How fast would acid dissolve them?
Pretty. Yeah, it would take.
Depends
a few,
on the strength
it
of the
would-
acid.
It depends on the strength of the acid, but you
Well,
also.
I've got alchemist flasks and vials of acid.
Well, but if you crack, I mean, you'd have to precision.
It'd be a long shot.
It would be right. Like you could throw them at him, but you would do more damage to him than you would eat away at his vines. To be honest. So, now
I think
they are
it's-
not locked. They are just
Wrapped.
wrapped.
I think
So
it is
there's
just
no
wise that we
locks.
play their game for now.
So as she continues to talk, she addresses each.
Thinking.
She addresses each as you're thinking.
Oh.
She addresses each group and announces them, and they stand and bow and stand and bow.
Are they paying attention to our animals at all?
And then you see
Familiar's
the last
anti-magic
one, the House of
A
Nox
familiar
stands.
is a regular
She
animal.
announces the
But once
Duchess.
they
The
enter the
Duchess is
anti-magic
wearing
zone,
more
you
It
big
doesn't
robes.
matter. Once he's
She
got
has
the
a headdress
instructions,
on that
he
shows
knows
her,
to do it.
her age and her rank.
The vines aren't
Um,
locked.
She looks to be like she was elf at one point, which is rare for vampires to be turned. In this situation, a lot of gnomes
It's an
are
Aerodel elf.
here, and you see you see basically
Oh, wait,
a half
wrong campaign.
vampire or a half elf next to her that looks to be her advisor. Also,
That was good.
That's a lot of
that's a
damage.
lot of damage.
A lot of damage.
We blow up the Coliseum.
I'm
Our troubles are over.
Troubles are over.
I'm pretty sure they're all dead.
pretty sure you're all dead.
Like me when I did flame strike.
Apparently, do not. We have not only committed suicide, we have taken everybody else with
Right?
us.
Because fuck you, you're dead. So
Don't take off the cleric.
The
So
pirate just cast
basically-
nuke.
Yeah.
So basically, you're looking at all this, and you're noticing a few things. You notice that you have stone working, right?
Yes.
Roll me that beautiful beam footage. So as you're sitting there, you notice, since you're a fighter and you know how combat and stuff works, and
Well,
you're
stone
familiar
cutting
with
is only a
weaponry,
+2 check.
you don't
notice
see any
and
metal, but you
stone
do
work.
see a lot of bow staffs
Okay, so it'd be
with some of the guards. A lot of bone weapons that look to be. They're not. They look to be well made, but they're maybe more like sacrificial or like a ceremonial. But you still see weapons like on the side. They're basically a scimitar, like it looks like a spine.
Oh,
That has
Alright.
been made into a
it'd be
club
an
that's
18
been
and a
wrapped.
half.
excellent.
So, so it looks like it's a spine that's basically been wrapped at one end. That's on one of the bigger security guards, maybe like 30 feet from you. And then you see them on either side. You also notice, just because you'd looked before, there are only bone weapons and maybe one guy with a large club.
Okay.
But it looks like the club is made out of reed. So it could probably hit, but it would be more like a light weapon than a two-handed club.
That's good to know too.
So those are the weapons that you see.
What are the numbers on the security?
There is four guards around you,
Okay.
and every single group of people has 4 guards that are not their own that they brought.
Oh shit, that's good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the guy being sacrificed is not bound tightly, right?
He is strapped in, but he is not. He looks like he was beat
Could-
the shit up before.
Let me ask this.
Yeah.
Could Grim run up and pull him off the table with ease?
He
No.
would be stopped before he got there, but I mean, you would have to untie him. It would take you around. I would give you this as a DM. It would take you around to untie him because he's strapped here and here. He's got 4 straps on his legs and 2 bands in the middle. So it would
What
take
about
you a
3 of
full
you guys
round.
working together?
It would still
That's
take
way
you a
too many to
full-
take on.
It would still take a full
I'm
round for
not
you
planning on taking him on. I'm planning on letting this meeting play out until right before he's dead. And then you guys get him off the table, I grab the staff, and we teleport the freak out of there.
Wait, so he's on a stone slab?
So just give you some preface. You're at the top of this circle.
Yeah, we're too far
It is
away.
a funnel going down. So if there's
It's
a
like an
distance between
amphitheater.
it's like
yeah,
an
it's
amphitheater.
an amphitheater.
So
There's no way we can do it.
it would take you 2 rounds to get to him, and then 2 rounds to get back. So you would have to run down the stairs to get him. It would take 2 full rounds just to get to him, 2 full rounds to undo him, and then you would have to. It would take that long to get there and then back. As far as like you physically moving. Now, roll me a knowledge arcana check.
So he's like on a big old stone slab.
He's on a
or
stone
something.
slab at the bottom of this thing next to the podium. So he is strapped with leather.
Thanksgiving centerpiece.
30.
Okay, you notice that there are 4 stone statues that are about 50 feet tall. And you know from where they're arranged and how they're ornated, that those are what are associated with the anti-magic field. Are those 4 statuettes that are on either corner. They are 100 feet in every direction. This whole Colosseum, if you went from across it, is 100 feet across. Now the guys you're looking for, they're about 50 feet from you, so they're half the distance.
Okay, so
So the statues are radiating.
The statues
anti-magic
create the
field within
anti-magic.
25 feet.
The statues create the anti-magic field.
and there's guards between each of them.
There's 2 guards there's 4 guards around you and 4 sets of guards around every single advisor. There are 5 houses.
Right. But the guys between the 50-foot spacings.
There are 8. There are the 4 that are with you, and then the 4 that are in front of you.
And they are still within the magic zone?
Everybody-
Anti-magic or...
The non-anti-magic is the very outer ring. So there's the statuettes are in the anti-magic ring, and then everything outside of that, because they're producing it. So you can't affect the statues with anti-magic. Like you can't
Right.
mess with them, because they're in that field.
So that stone check, did you want that as a search or a spot?
We need to find the weak spots on those
Spot.
statues.
Okay. That is going to be a total of 26.
Okay. So you note that they're all solid marble, but it's soft. It's soft.
The
marble.
statues are
The
soft
statues
marble.
are soft marble because the way that they were carved, you know, because there's ones close to you, you can see the carve marks.
Right.
You know that the amount of the kind of tool that would be used would be a regular hand tool. It wasn't like it was a magically enchanted hand
Right.
tool. So it was something that you would have used, and it was a pretty decent sized chisel.
So how thick are these columns?
These things are about 30 foot wide,
30 foot wide? Okay.
and
So
they're
about-
50 foot tall.
So they're 30 foot thick, 50 foot tall.
Now they're all statues that are sitting on a pedestal. The whole thing is made out of marble.
and
But
it's all
a
one
s-
solid
It's a
piece.
solid piece except for the pedestal is a separate piece, but it looks like, from what you can tell, is that they're bolted up through the
Okay.
through the thing. So there's bolts that are up. Now, based on how you would sculpt this, you would put the bolts up to their ankles.
Right. Up to the roads.
But you also know that this stone is soft. This is a soft stone because it's carvable.
So they'd have to also be anchored deep for it to really do any good.
You also know this is heavy stone, so it wouldn't be anchored that much, but you know the pedestals and up to the ankles are anchored. Just how, if you were the one doing the sculpting, that's how
So
you
there's
would do
4
it.
of them.
Right.
Yep.
The thing is, I'm assuming even if we take down one, it'll then turn into a triangle of it.
Probably.
So we'd have to take down.
We need to take down
2.
at least 2, or if we can get all 4
3.
simultaneously.
Well, or 3. I don't know if we need all 4.
3 should work. 3 should eliminate it or minimize it to almost nothing.
Yeah.
The question is, would we be able to get excused?
We
and get
might not
close?
need to be
All right.
excused.
Where are my positions?
Yes. So you were in the back row
Okay.
on the corner on purpose because that's how you roll. What would you like to do?
I don't know Thieves' Camp, but I'm gonna try and subtly let her know about my alchemist's fire.
Roll me an intelligence check. And roll me a wisdom.
Not only
Or,
that,
intellect and wisdom.
the statues are
Sorry,
gonna
this
be
is how I
magical
roll. I
devices.
brood for a while and then
23.
intervene after I've heard everything
Roll me a
else.
wisdom check.
Magical device.
Wisdom.
Rogue. Think, think, think.
I mean, between the rogue and the animals, we should be able to.
Way to disable
things
it
in
without
place.
destroying it. Is the thing.
26.
Should
Okay.
be.
So you're looking at Alaric, and you can kind of understand that he's saying he's got something in his bag that he wants you to get. Now,
This is the bag that is out there.
no. This
No.
is the bag that he has with him.
No,
right
it
This
could
is
be
a-
stored in a spell
He's-
pouch.
No, this is stored in my backpack.
Oh, in your
now.
back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's got.
I would've
He's,
kept it on
he's
the belt
basically
pouch.
indicating to you that there's something in his backpack that he wants you to have access to.
I have 5 alchemist fire and 5 acid flasks.
Who has the thunderstones?
He
I
does,
do.
but they're in the bag of holding.
They're in the bag of
Yes.
holding. Okay.
However,
Failure.
She can get the bag of holding,
Heidi.
take it out of the
You wanna hide?
anti-magic.
Okay.
It back,
could.
No,
And
no,
not
no,
only-
no.
Not only
Stop,
that,
stop,
though,
stop
I would
rolling.
also
I'm just
know,
moving.
Do not roll a thing.
I would know how soft the stone
This
is
is
and
a
how powerful the acid
spitball.
you had.
Okay. What do you want to do?
However,
Well, it's a standard acid flask and it's
What's-
standard alchemist fire.
okay,
The marble is soft.
let me ask
The
this.
acid is powerful enough.
It'll just melt the base.
Let me
It
ask
won't
this.
really
Is there
melt it.
anything that we would absolutely need that is not in the room with us that is out in those bags that is a signed, sealed, delivered, a mission accomplished?
Not that's gonna do us any good right now with the anti-magic.
You
field.
know.
Basically, we
Okay.
need the distraction and we need the way to take down the anti-magic
I mean-
field, which is produced by the 4 pillars.
I mean, if you need me to carry a distraction,
Grim,
Did we
into
grab?
us.
Did we grab the ogre penis?
Who has the ogre penis?
I mean, I did
Probably
grab
in the
like
bag.
the
Rogue,
the
grab the penis.
platinum
That's
pieces
what I'm
that were
saying.